Hello. Love wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It is another episode of Between Two Beards. We are back. You saw us last night with our friend Carl. Ashford was on assignment for the week.
That was a hell of an assignment.
That an assignment was a simple planned concert that I was incredibly jealous of. But yeah. But yeah, no, last night was fun. We had some AES. It was a good episode, the go-home show of Dynamite. Tonight, we will have a full preview of AEW Double or Nothing coming up this Sunday night, Memorial Day weekend from Las Vegas. We don't really know when, but at some point, the boss will be popping on, and we're going to run through the card.
You yell at us tonight?
For Love Pro Wrestling 4. Let's talk about wrestling. We're going to go through that with the boss when he pops in here. We already got people in the chat. We got Tim, smartest man in the room, Team JPJ. Who the hell isn't Team JPJ?
Up, bro.
If you're not Team JPJ, you need to get control of your life. We got our friend Bo in the chat.
If you're not
hello.
Team JPJ, you're a good person.
Wow.
Anyway, what's up, Bo?
First things first, Pluggo.
Uh-oh.
I know you had a hectic week in the real life side of things.
It did.
Did we continue our Star Wars? Did we watch Return of the Jedi?
We did not, but I still want to talk about Empire.
Yeah, we had to shorten the Empire thing because we were on the
I have
hour.
questions. Alex, if you want to run the clip now, run the thing. I got some questions.
All right, so here's what we'll do. Alex, you're a Star Wars person too as well, right? Correct? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We'll run the clip. Bo, unfortunately, Pluggo did not, but because we were quick last week when it came to Empire, we're going to still talk some Empire, and we'll have Alex hop in here too, because I think he probably knows a little bit more about Star Wars than even I do, even though I've seen all the movies. So we'll run the clip. We'll let Pluggo talk through
my question. I got
Empire because we were shortened last week.
I got questions today.
Wow.
I'm going to give y'all something. I dropped the ball. Pluggo taking the L.
Bo also has answers.
I'm not going to leave my fan base with nothing. So run it, Alex. Let's do this.
Pluggo reviews Star Wars.
Incredible stuff.
All right,
the floor is yours, Pluggo.
That's still so good. I love it. It's the best thing on the internet today, outside of what Josh did earlier. Anyway, yes, I did not watch the next installment. Life got hectic, but we had a short week because of Quizplex. I talked about Return of the Jedi, but I didn't talk about Yoda. What the fuck is Yoda?
What do you mean?
What is he? Okay, so he's this little green old dude who's super wise. He's teaching all these Jedis. Why is there only
the Jedi Master?
Yeah, but why is there only one of him? Why aren't there multiple little Yodas? Is baby Yoda like his son? Does he have a wife? Like, I'm confused. If I am in the Star Wars world, why aren't there more Yodas? Like, why aren't we reproducing Yodas to have more Jedi Masters to take down Darth Vader? There's multiple Stormtroopers. There's multiple Jedi guys like Luke Skywalker and Ben Kenobi. They're all, using the Force. There's multiple R2-D2s out there in the world. I'm sure there's some more CP3Os. There only seems to be one of these little green dudes. How did he come? What came first, the green dude or the egg? I don't know. Somebody explain to me. And where did he get all these Jedi mind master? How did he become the guy? And why is he the only one? Like, I want to know why we aren't mass producing more Yodas. Why isn't there like multiple Yodas?
Alex?
Somebody. The only thing I'm asking, I'm confused.
Oh, that's terrible.
The
So
fuck is Yoda?
the
I
fuck
have a
is
feeling
Yoda?
Alex is more of our Star Wars expert, so I'm gonna let him go.
That's profiling, sir. I'm just gonna say that.
No, hey,
Go on social media right now and hashtag what the fuck is Yoda?
So Yoda is a mysterious creature, mysterious species. There are more than just one. If you watch episode 1, or for people who know, there's also Yaddle, who is a female of the same species. And then, of course, we have Grogu, who, if you watch The Mandalorian, was alive during the Attack of the Clones movie and is like 50 years old by the time we get to Mandalorian.
Okay, so there's multiple Yodas coming down the bike.
There's you'll see them. You won't know it.
What up?
And like, what is the certifications to become a Jedi? So he's the Jedi Master, and Luke was being a little jerk. He wasn't listening to Yoda.
Luke's a bitch.
Luke's a little bitch.
Luke's
I don't want to.
No, he's a bitch at first. Luke's a bitch at first.
Yeah.
No, it's fair. It's fair. Luke's a bitch. He's figuring it out.
He's like,
right.
Luke,
Look at,
when we were all don't do it, and he's like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, okay. When you were 17, 18-year-olds, you weren't a little bitch. We all were.
Yeah,
we were all little bitches. We were all little bitches figuring it out.
Some of us still are. Yeah. Looking at you, Plug. No.
That's true. Yeah, so I was sitting there during that whole sequence, and I keep thinking, okay, wait, how do you become a Jedi Master? What are the qualifications? Is it like karate with black belts? There's different levels. You get like stripes on your shirt, like. Yeah, I just had to know. Like, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging this week. I will watch. What is it? Empire? No, it's what's the next?
Return of the
Jedi. Return of the Jedi. I watched Empire Strikes Back, which I thought was pretty solid. I thought there was a lot more action to it, so it kept me more interested in the first one. All I kept thinking was like, all right, Yoda and his baby Yoda, his baby, or is that like a prequel?
That is unknown as of right now. We don't know.
Still not known.
Yeah,
still not known.
Why they? What he's so.
As far as the universe, as far as the Legion of Fans, no, there's only 3 of that species. It's Yaddle, Yoda, and Grogu, or Baby Yoda.
Okay. So there's 3 of them.
3 of them in the entirety of, from what I know, canon of Star Wars. Now there's like books and video games and like stuff that I haven't even touched, but from my knowledge, there's only 3.
Okay. And why does he speak all backward? Like, why can't he just?
That's just how he speaks,
what he does?
bro.
Okay. All right.
Why do you talk like you talk?
Because I mean, I don't say things.
Because you learned how to talk that way.
But that's what I'm saying. Who taught him if he's the only fucking one? Where'd he learn how to talk?
He had parents. Bo said in the chat he had parents.
I want to know who Yoda's parents are.
Yoda and Yaddle. He's even said
no. Yoda is and then Yaddle, and then we can only assume
Reese,
that maybe
thanks for popping in, man.
We can only assume that Grogu is Yoda and Yaddle's offspring.
In here in the chat. Tim's popping off. Turnbuckle talking here.
Everyone's in here. We're talking Star Wars to start the show.
Getting it out of the way.
Pluggo doesn't know what Yoda is. He needs to know hashtag what the fuck is Yoda.
Mean, there is so many things about this series, 2 movies in, that I am like, what the hell's going on? I still don't know what's up with that bar and them all dancing, because I got 20 minutes into Return of the Jedi by mistake, and they were all dancing all weird, and then they just didn't explain that. Explain that to me. Why are y'all dancing?
Jabba's hideout.
Yeah, it's Jabba, man.
Who the hell is Jabba?
You gotta wait until you
watch.
He's the dude that Harrison Ford owes money to.
Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt.
They're in A New Hope. There's a deleted scene where Jabba the Hutt comes to collect, and Han Solo's just like, hey, bro, I got you, bro. Don't worry, bro. I'll get you money.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, of course, but
Really?
yeah,
I thought that was actual script. Pizza the Hut. Yeah.
Pizza the Hut. That's
I
in
could go
space.
for some
That's
pizza.
Spaceballs.
That's
canon.
Spaceballs. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen Spaceballs. I mean, I've seen all the Star Wars too on like
I've
Pluggo.
seen
Yeah.
Spaceballs.
But that's Pizza the Hut is
Yeah.
Spaceballs. Mel
Okay,
Brooks.
so there's multiple. Because I'm just interested to see how, like, if I'm like Darth Vader, my ultimate goal would be like to capture Yoda, make him reproduce, so then I just have Jedi Masters in training from like the ground up, and then I just run shit. You feel me? Because if
Yeah,
he's all
I get it.
knowing, and he's super powerful, and he's teaching Luke Skywalker to be which, by the way,
But Yoda would never teach. Like he would have Darth kill him before he would teach evil. I think
I don't know, everybody has a price, man.
for the $1 Million Man.
$1 Million Man. Take it back to the rest.
Everybody has a price.
But and I feel like if Luke would have just listened, man, he wouldn't have lost his damn hand. Does he grow his hand back at any point, or is he handless now for the rest of the
I'm not telling you anything that happens. And
let
yes, you're right. Luke should have listened because
Let
at the beginning, it's a little bitch.
Let it play out, bro. Let it play out. You're gonna find out.
Let it play out, man. You're gonna be asking questions. You still have to do.
You have to
movies.
Yeah,
you got to
like
sit through the seven rest of these, and then you can
then we'll
ask all
talk
these
out the
questions.
story.
Yeah.
And then I need
talk out the
to.
story.
Then I need.
And we'll have it between two beards
Star Wars special.
extravaganza.
Yes.
Yeah, we will. And,
But we'll just talk it all the way through.
I'm gonna end it on this. Run the clip after, but I'll have to watch The Mandalorian so I can actually see Sacha Banks on my TV.
They just announced that Mandalorian season 3 is coming back. I just saw today. I think that yesterday or today they announced that.
And they announced another spinoff called Andor.
Yes, Andor. I saw that.
And
I didn't see the
there's
preview,
a
but I saw the
promotion
picture of it.
for Obi-Wan. I'm gonna have to watch.
Well,
that.
Obi-Wan literally comes out tomorrow, and it's
I
going to be
know,
incredible. Ewan McGregor coming back. It's going to be amazing. It's gonna
And
be
Hayden
amazing.
Christensen as
and Hayden Christensen's coming back as Anakin Skywalker.
Who? Okay.
Yeah.
Who's Anakin?
Pluggo don't know that
Skywalker?
shit. Pluggo don't even know that, so we're not
Who's
diving
Anakin?
into that. No
Is
worries.
that Luke's
You'll figure it out.
brother?
You'll
Is that
figure it out.
You know
man.
what? I'm gonna do us all a favor. We're talking too much Star Wars.
Yeah.
This is a
No, it's good. We got
and
good shit. We got
podcast.
good banter going on here.
For the rest
Star
of the
Wars.
day,
No, I'm
keep
saving Pluggo. I'm saving Pluggo.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Keep
We're not.
running the comments. Keep talking Star Wars. Talk about whatever you want in the comments. We don't care. But we're gonna end it here because next week I will come in. I will promise. I will guarantee homework will be done. This week, again, was just nuts. And ultimately, I fell asleep after work today instead of watching the movie because it was a long day.
Professionals over here.
Yeah. So that was Pluggo Reviews Star Wars.
Pluggo Reviews Star Wars.
Tim, I understand. I'm getting there. So you have to understand, I'm 30, 40 years behind, 50 at this point, right? Almost 50 years. Star Wars came out in 77. Be impressed that I knew that.
Yeah.
So I'm super behind the ball here. I've never, I don't dive into that stuff. So I have, and again, talking to everybody, you watch it chronologically. They answered all the questions in the movies that are. So like, why would I know what's going on if I'm actually in the middle of the plot right now? I'm not.
Yeah.
So should I watch it, then watch it in the order that you're supposed to watch it for it to make sense? And then I'll be like, oh shit, that all made sense?
No, because it'll be fresh to you. So you watch Jedi next week, then you'll go back and the next 3 are 1, 2, and 3. And that will lead you into the first 3 that you just watched. And then the newer ones are like new.
Tim, even though you're disappointed in me, I love that you're here. I appreciate you, Tim. I'm going to kill you with kindness.
Whoa, I thought you
But anyway.
I was like, whoa, I went a dark path.
We are, and then stop after 3. Wordsmith, we love you, brother. But you've seen Flubbing Spaceballs, and I know. I saw the
Spaceballs is hilarious.
Yeah, the Family
Mel
Guy,
Brooks is a
the
legend.
Family Guy spoof. I saw that too.
Yeah, like Mel Brooks is a legend.
Yeah,
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah, things are funny. I like funny things. I don't know. Anyway, this is a wrestling show.
It is. We got some wrestling to talk about tonight. And speak of
guys,
the devil.
Don't talk about the money. Don't talk about the money.
No, we already finished that.
The money?
But
spent it all?
I mentioned it at the top that at some point during the show, the boss would be popping in to talk a little love pro wrestling. And he is here. So let's bring him on in. We got Mr. Spencer Love. It's been a little bit.
Every single time I hop on for these, and thank you. I'm appreciative of the time. But every single time I hop on for one of these, I walk in where it's instantly like, oh shit, shut up. Stop talking about the money. Stop it.
Well, that's
Stop
Pluggo.
scaring me.
That's Pluggo for you. That's Pluggo.
Between two beards, guys, the guys who spend all my money.
Yeah, whoever that is.
They're asking who it is.
You tell them to come around the camera and say it to our face.
You know that Judge Ben Omen will come and like lay the law down to you.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Oh, yeah.
Laying the smackdown on. All kidding aside, good to see you, friends.
Bro.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
I thought you were in a Saskatchewan Rough Riders hat for a sec there, JPJ.
Oh, no, yeah, I know. I'm repping my Boston Celtics proud today.
So as we posted on social medias, you're either here to yell at us about because it's almost the half year point of the year to yell at us about the first half of the year budget, or you've got some big things happening tomorrow night.
We do, man. We've got some real cool shit happening in Edmonton, Alberta tomorrow night. LPW4. Let's talk about wrestling, of course. Bell time at 7 p.m. on the damn dot here at the Rec Room, South Edmonton Common. And I've got 8 matches. We've got 8 matches, not I've. It's a family environment. Like, we've got 8 matches that I feel incredibly confident in saying would go up against the best of the best anywhere. And that's certainly not a shot at anyone. I'm very confident that we're going to put on one hell of a professional wrestling card in just over 24 hours from now, right? Like you guys have said, we've got some great professional wrestlers. We've got some great individuals associated, which I think is just as important as having great pro wrestling. And yeah, man, I'm real excited. Yeah, men, I'm real excited. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it. I do have the card up in front of me, so I was hoping we could just break it down a little bit, have you talk a little bit about about the matches, and then we'll kind of dive in. Let's start with this scramble match. 7 individuals in a scramble match. Let us know who those individuals are, and then explain what we can expect. I mean, we've seen scramble matches.
You're starting me off with this on like, hey man, you just need to like remember 7 people.
Oh no,
Put you on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we can start with something different. We want to start with something.
You know what? Let's see, because we got her down pat on my end of things. So we got Chris Parrish, of course, you guys are more than familiar with, the former LPW, the first ever LPW Challenge champion. We've got Eli Surge, who is coming over here for his LPW debut, a guy that I'm so excited to have out here. Not only a guy who's got a very unique character behind him, but a guy who's a hell of a pro wrestler. And, you guys know I speak in a lot of cliches in some ways, but he's an incredible athlete. I'm very excited to have him debuting. Sir Kenneth Stryker is in the same boat, a guy who I think is really going to bring something unique to LPW. There's not really many people out there acting like he is, wrestling like he is. So I'm trying to stay vague with those two specifically because I know you're going to be tuning in and checking that out as well. We've got Barak Garani, who, if you guys remember from the first show that we did, Change the Game. He was a part of our Battle Royal. He was super impressive in that, so it was great that we were able to bring him in for this one. Sheikh Akbar Shabazz, who was in the LPW's tag team match last month. Just a big old stud, and someone I always will have to apologize for the music issues. He's an absolute stud. I'm very excited to have him as part of it. And then RK Athletics' own Rich King. You guys know him. Like I've said, I'm sure you guys plugged him excellently at the start of the show. So we'll let you guys do that again at the end of the show. And then the hillbilly heartthrob himself, Lumberjack Larry Woods.
Is he here? Is he there? He's in person? We found him?
He's just
we're calling him out.
No, Lumberjack Larry's right over there. We know where he is now at all times. It's a pretty
I'm glad he was
positive
found.
Experience.
Yeah.
I'm very glad he was found because
that was
obviously a lot of fun with that aside. Like, the dude's a great pro wrestler and people love him, and I'm very excited for a lot of new individuals to be coming out and experience him and everybody else in this, right? Like, that's one of the things that I've really loved about running at the Rec Room is yeah, you're going to get a ton of like traditional professional wrestling fans coming out because we are running a pro wrestling show. As silly as that sounds, but being at the rec room and having the opportunity for there to be that foot traffic and people who have never seen a pro wrestling show before and who have never even thought about taking the chance because they're not WWE or AEW or any fans like that. It's pretty cool that you get a lot of individuals that maybe haven't had the chance to love pro wrestling like we do. Come in and see people like that, right? Did we put a bell around Larry's neck? I don't know if you're referencing the Anthony Jeselnik joke, but like, nah. And if you're not laughing right now, you have no idea how big a bell can be.
Oh, Jeselnik.
But yeah, so as far as the scramble match itself goes, I'm very excited. There are a couple of people who have obviously made a huge imprint on LPW through our first 3 shows. And there are some people who, not to be, too not grandiose, but too cliche with it. Like, there are people coming in who are looking to prove themselves in front of a new audience, in front of a crowd they've never been in front of before, whether it's pro wrestling fans or not. So I think there's a lot to be said about a lot of hungry individuals being put in one ring, and I think that's what you're going to get tomorrow night.
Yeah, that match should be a blast. The scramble match is always chaotic in the best way.
Exactly.
An independent wrestling scramble match is always a good time.
Yeah, it's always really, really good in the best way.
When in doubt, scramble match it. Baby.
Yeah. What match we want to talk about? What match we want to have the boss talk about next? Bro?
I mean, I got some questions about a few things, but I ultimately gotta ask Spenny Love: are we gonna see Brock Spencer make an appearance? I saw
No.
No.
You know what, man?
Not a Joker card?
No. So here's the thing. So you've got the opportunity to play like Titantrons of your favorite wrestlers on a giant screen, and you don't take that opportunity. What are you doing?
Yeah,
just genuinely, what are you doing? It's too much fun.
Yeah.
Like, we've said this a million times, privately, publicly, whatever. We just want to do fun, dumb shit with our friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I know the three of us can relate to that sometimes.
Well, that's what we do every Thursday night.
That's how we're actually here. Was like we became friends and we were like, all right, let's try to do some stuff and talk and have some fun with our friends.
Jump to the top of the card here, but I just saw Casey Spinelli's promo for her match with Chelsea Green. And is there anything better, in my opinion, than a chip on Casey Spinelli's shoulder? Fantastic stuff. Hello.
That's handsome Gavin.
There he is. Gavin. Hello, Gavin.
Hello, sir. But yes, she's got a chip on her shoulder.
Setting up our rig for the ladder match right now, but I can't show you. You guys are gonna have to wait until tomorrow on that end of things.
Yeah, there's a ladder match.
But sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Gavin's just so damn good looking that I get distracted.
Heck yeah, no, I just think that her with a bit of a chip on her shoulder after LPW 3, and there's all this beef that's going on. I think that match with Chelsea Green is going to be awesome. And like I said, I like the edge she's got going on. I think she might steal it too. I'm just going to call it now.
Man, I'm and I'll say it about every one of the matches we've had on this card, on any of our previous cards. Really, like I'm super proud of what we've been able to do here. This is one that really means a lot to me personally, because obviously I don't need to tell you guys that Chelsea Green's an incredible pro wrestler, but she's certainly someone who from my first days as a pro wrestling fan was someone I loved, whether it was Chelsea Green, whether Reclusa, whether Jada while she was wrestling on the indies out here. I've always been a very big Chelsea Green fan, and she's certainly someone that I'm just really honored that her first Canadian match since before signing with WWE is with us. I think that's pretty awesome. Crazy is the perfect way to put it, man. I'm incredibly excited, but I'm incredibly proud of that. And then Angel Face Casey Spinelli, man, I cannot even begin to sing her praises anywhere near enough, because not only how foundational she's been to love pro wrestling so far, but how foundational she's been to just Canadian wrestling as a whole. And same thing, like you say, she's gone through a couple of different iterations. You've seen the fun loving Spinelli. You're seeing a Spinelli with a bit of an edge right now. And that's you've seen a little bit of it through the couple of matches, the 3 matches that she's had here so far with Zoe. And then, of course, the tag team match and Fatal 4-Way last month. But, man, like the fact that Spinelli's a part of this match means just as much to me as Chelsea Green being up here. They're both incredible. And I am so proud that we get to put this match on in Edmonton, Alberta.
Yeah, that should be a really, really good one.
To say
all
the
right.
damn least, man.
Yeah, to the least, for the crying out loud. All right, I want to stick. All right, so we have 3 title matches.
We
Three
do.
title matches in the evening. Talk a little bit about, so obviously me being from the States, PCW, I have not heard that name before.
Yep.
So we have the PCW Cruiserweight Championship match with Jack Pride and Von Vertigo. Whoa.
Whoa.
We're
That made you
testing
jump
music.
right there. Yeah, that made you
We're
jump.
testing music, and you tell sometimes the volume wasn't adjusted.
Talk a little bit
Oopsie.
about.
Listen, we're trying to put on a professional.
We're trying to be
podcast here.
Yeah.
I know you're handsome, but come on.
Can you talk a little bit about how you got the PCW Cruiserweight Championship involved in the show, and a little bit about Jack Pride and Von Vertigo and what we should expect from that PCW Cruiserweight Championship match?
As far as the title match itself, man, like certainly luck. There's really no other way to put it. Is obviously Von Vertigo is an incredible professional wrestler. He's somebody that, like, if you're watching right now, it's not as though you need to go to some deep part of the interwebs to find his matches. You'll be able to tune into Von Vertigo on the WWE network pretty well whenever you'd want to, through his work with the UK over the past couple of months. So he returned, if I remember correctly, about 2 or 3 weeks ago to Canada. He's defended the championship a couple of times to this point, but this is going to be the first ever defense of the PCW UK Cruiserweight Championship in Western Canada, not just Alberta, but anything west of Ontario. Quite literally, I can't put it any other way than we are incredibly fortunate that Von Vertigo is that champion, because we've got the opportunity to book him not only for his first match in Alberta, but the first defense, like I was saying, of that championship. So again, Pride's a lot of ways I'm going to go with a lot of things in this match card, and ironically enough, Pride is certainly one of the guys that I think, through Love Pro Wrestling and through obviously his work over the last little bit, is starting to get a name out there in a way that, like, I think a lot of people feel he deserves. Because that guy, for the past 4, 5, 6 years, obviously COVID notwithstanding, he's been going out there. He's been putting on absolutely incredible matches throughout Alberta, throughout Winnipeg, throughout Western Canada, for the last little bit. And, you know, we can sit and talk about the issues with the Canadian scene all day, and the driving distances and the exposure and all that sort of stuff. But he's a guy that I think anybody has looked at over the last few years and said, if anybody deserves an opportunity, frick, he's one of the guys that deserves that opportunity. So to be able to get a guy like that, who has busted his ass, who has frankly, like, earned it on merit, even outside of my own personal opinion, the dude's undefeated in Love Pro Wrestling. You might as well, you know, when you get the opportunity to put on a first-time match with people who deserve it in a hell of an event. You know, why would you not take that opportunity? I'm very, very excited for this one. I'm really excited to see sort of how, as weird as it sounds to say, the 3 characters play off of each other, because, like, Von Vertigo is a very, very incredibly well-rounded professional wrestler. And then Jack Pride is as well, but you see that dichotomy of sort of the character shifts and the splits there, and how he sort of transitions his wrestling based on that, right? So they're playing Chelsea Green's music right now, which is cool.
That's pretty cool. That's
Gonna
pretty
be
cool.
here tomorrow. Can you hear it?
I faintly in the background, you could hear it a little bit. I could hear them playing something, but I
that's
can't
rad.
hear it. Yeah.
That's just cool. That's just cool, man. Yes.
You're like a kid in a candy
Carl
store
or Joe,
right now,
whoever's
aren't
logged
you?
in. It's PCW UK is who
Very
we're
Very
defending for,
Very
or
cool.
who the defense is for. Excuse me.
Very.
So
very
yeah,
cool.
it's just really, bye Ben, I love you. It's really a privilege that we get the opportunity to do this, and we certainly lucked into it. You know, it's not as though this was a big, long, year-long coordinated thing.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
we're very, very happy that we get this opportunity.
Awesome. Pluggo?
Who, me?
Yeah, bro. Every other.
Me?
How do you not get this by now?
Every
How do you
other?
not get this by now?
I don't know how math works.
Brother, crying
No,
out loud.
I mean, tell me a little bit about. I got to talk about the Love Pro Wrestling Championship. My girl, Taryn from accounting, defending against Nicole Matthews. Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a damn good one.
Title.
That's a damn good one.
Taryn is on a roll right now.
Look,
Ooh,
yes,
Oh,
but Nicole
man.
Matthews is one hell of a professional wrestler.
What
Man,
else?
so like not even just to talk about us right now, okay? Because obviously I'm going to go up and put over
How are
LPW.
you doing this?
So hold on. So like man, you want to talk about people who fucking have earned and deserve every opportunity they're given. TFA wrestles Nicole Matthews here this Friday. She wrestles Casey Spinelli in NEW on Saturday. And on Sunday, she's wrestling Liza Hall for WrestleCore, right? So, again, man, I can't talk about just our match while ignoring those other two, for lack of a better way to put it. Because for me, like, every single one of these title matches, marquee matches, whatever word you want to put on it, are all completely different stylistically, and all are matches that I am so goddamn confident that Taryn's going to go in and just absolutely kill it. You know, we talk often about LPW featuring some of the best above the 49th parallel, and I stand by that. But, like, man, those three matches, just even of themselves, taking place in Western Canada on one weekend, across two provinces, and featuring some incredibly unique matchups is cool as hell for me, man. You know, it's one of those things. And how many times have we had the conversations with each other? Like, you know, one of the easiest things to do, or one of the most cliche things, is some of my favorite matches. You don't need to go on a 40-minute diatribe. You just need to, like, watch this match, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, I don't need to go on a huge, long diatribe about why Nicole Matthews is, like, for me, one of, if not the standard bearers, female, male, non-binary, whatever. One of the standard bearers of Canadian wrestling over the last decade, 20 years. You know, she's the sort of person who earns every opportunity she's given just because she's that damn good. So for Taryn to be able to defend, and really, like you say, she's been on a heater. She's undefeated in LPW as well. But the fact that she's so thoroughly earned these opportunities and just so thoroughly going to kill it this weekend. I couldn't be more proud. Couldn't be more proud, man. This is going to be, you know, again, another one of those just cool as hell matches on a cool as hell card.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this one. I'm not going to go in order. I'm going to follow up.
Fine.
Questions.
Do it, bro. Do it. Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
Journalist, baby. On a completely off the... How cool is it, Spencer, that you've got wrestlers in a promotion that you've run that have streaks that are in jeopardy right now? Isn't that crazy to think?
Dude,
like,
it is
you're
pretty
four
cool.
you're 4 in. How crazy is that, man? Because you have to, when you start the first one, you know, obviously you believe it's going to be successful because you wouldn't be doing it otherwise. But there's that doubt where it's like, maybe it isn't going to work. And it's been just steadily climbing, bro. Killing it.
Absolutely, man. And, like, you know, TFA again specifically is like, it's not like TFA is going out and wrestling nobodies, for lack of a better way to put it. She beats 9 other people in that battle royal we have in October to win the title. She beats Stephen Crow, who I know you guys have watched since we started talking Canadian pro wrestling between each other. And, like, that guy's just one of the freaking coolest pro wrestlers, one of the just greatest people I know, for lack of a better way to put it.
He's on the show tomorrow night as well.
Exactly. And then, of course, Chris Parrish, who, you know, much in the way we talk about Matthews and people like that earlier in the show, is I don't need to sing his praises, although I certainly could a mile a minute. I don't need to sing him as far as it goes to you guys. You know what he's done. You know what he's accomplished. And she's beaten the best of the best in front of her. So to get somebody who's just as damn good, for lack of a better way to put it, as Nicole Matthews is,
Lawrence, you
very
seem awesome.
Lawrence,
you are awesome.
Right?
It's again, I've used the word a couple of times, but it's a real privilege that we get the opportunity to host that here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, there is one more title match that the story's been building up to this for a little bit now. We have ourselves a triple threat ladder match tomorrow for the LPW Grand Championship.
Do you guys want a quick little exclusive?
Yeah.
Do you want a quick little exclusive too?
Oh, there it is. There's the ladders. All right. I like that. I like that.
There you go.
We have an exclusive of our own.
Do we?
We've officially on this show dubbed Travis Williams as Pretty Boy.
Pretty Boy Travis Williams.
Travis Williams.
Yeah.
Officially. He's a handsome man.
He is. He is a handsome fella. He's a handsome fella. Well, he is part of this match. Travis Williams, Randy Myers, and Michael Richard Blaze. Tell us about what led to this, why we have this triple threat match. These three men have been going back and forth with each other for a little bit now. Lay it out for us. let us know about the Love Pro Wrestling Grand Championship, how that came about, and what to expect from these three gentlemen tomorrow night, and what should be
easiest answer to
one
give you, dude.
hell of a match.
Easiest answer is cacophony. Like, I know in speaking to all three of these dudes that they're dedicated to going out there and winning or dying trying, for lack of a better way to put it. It's pretty funny the way things like cross over, for lack of a better way to put it. Because like when we first did our show in October, Change the Game, my entire goal for that was just put on matches that we wanted to see. Like you guys were talking about a couple of minutes ago, you never know if you're going to be able to host another show or get that opportunity again. So like, yeah, you want to try and build some stories and all of those, but at the same time, sometimes you just need to say, holy shit, this will be a cool match. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Randy Myers and MRB, again, I know I've told you guys this a couple of times, but if you're watching and don't, they were just two individuals who, much like I talked about Spinelli and Chelsea earlier, were just like foundational to my love of professional wrestling. Both of them were quite literally on the first ever card that I ever went to. Oddly enough, Randy Myers defended a title in a ladder match.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Full circle.
Yeah. So this was quite literally 2010. Like I was 18. These guys have been favorites of mine for over a decade. So to get the opportunity to put that match on in October, obviously MRB's actions notwithstanding, following the match and the balls kick, or the kick in the balls kick. That's what I'm calling it now. The kick in the balls, all of that was, less than ideal. Obviously, you want to build an event on promoting positivity and all of that. So to end it on that was a bit of an odd one, but okay, that is what it is. They got their closure, so you think. February comes around, March comes around, and again, you just start to get into that, oh, well, we've got another show coming up. What do we want to do for a match card?
Mm-hmm.
Travis Williams, handsome dude, great professional wrestling.
Yes.
And an individual who I think that, he's 23 years old.
Yeah.
It's not like this guy's a guy who's been out there, and he's certainly earned some tenure and things. It's not as though he started wrestling yesterday, but he's 23 years old. He's the NEW champion. He's picked up titles across pretty well every promotion he's ever worked for. So yeah, just again, like you sort of book this, to use the cliches in pro wrestling, the new guard versus the staples or the standard bearers in Canadian wrestling, like MRB has become.
Yeah.
Just to get the opportunity. It was the first time they ever wrestled one-on-one. We got to do that here. That was another just instance of let's just do some cool shit. Everything that happened after, though, man, has just tied in well. The fact that Randy was the guy to come out after Travis repays, I guess is the best way to put it, repays MRB for what he did to Randy, or sort of comes full circle with that again. Randy being the guy to come out and make the save for MRB even after everything that happened the month prior is, for lack of a better way to put it, just a nice little natural curve, especially considering, all of them have picked up a victory, or all of them. Travis is undefeated in LPW. He went to a 30-minute time limit draw. He beat Stephen Crow. MRB is 1-1. Randy Myers is 1-1. These are guys who have been foundational to the success of the promotion. So if you've got the opportunity to put three of the best Canadian professional wrestlers out there today, then, now, forever, whatever cliche you want to put on it, get the opportunity to put those three guys in the ring with a frickin' ladder, with a frickin' few ladders, looking at them now, and a championship on the line. Why you wouldn't take that? I truly have no idea. Truly have no idea. I will warn you right now, I've got to step out in about 20 seconds here.
Oh, it's all right. I was actually
okay.
no, that was fine. I was actually going to see
back.
if you wanted to round out the card real quick, and then
bigger
but-
fish to fry.
yeah.
You
I'd
do
love
what you
to.
got to do, boss.
Hey, you know what, man? Like, it's pretty nice because, you look at the rest of the card, and you look at Zoe Sager and Ava Lawless. Like, they're individuals who, when you talk about your long tenured feuds across multiple promotions, I think any easy Canadian reference for me is you talk about Owens and Generico, or Steen and Generico, or Owen Zane, or whatever names they were going by anytime they wrestled. Like, these are two individuals who know each other incredibly well. They've got a reason to be a little frustrated with each other after how the last match shook out here in LPW. And they're just going to go out and tear the house down. I think you can say the same about Mars and Stephen Crow. They've wrestled one-on-one a couple of times, but never for Love Pro. It's Mars's first singles match for us. I know he wants to show up and show out. And Stephen Crow too, man. Like, he's he's technically winless thus far in Love Pro Wrestling. So for him to go out, he's got some fire behind him. And yeah, that's exactly it, Lawrence.
I don't know what my business has to do with LPW. I don't know.
This guy's spending all my money.
Listen, guys, don't go on his show. He's a piece of...
So you've got that set up. Mo Jabari versus Son of Irish. Again, two people looking to pick
to
up a little bit.
That's gonna be awesome.
Looking to pick up some momentum, but guys who have certainly, despite loss, has been impressive as all hell in Love Pro so far. So, man, I can't say much more than I am excited as all hell. It is going to be a cool as expletive deleted match card tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly proud of each and every person involved in it, and I'm incredibly thankful that people continue to choose to support us. You know, it's pretty easy to not go out on a Friday night, as silly as that sounds, and the fact that people are still excited about what we're doing, still want to come out, is chef's kiss, man. I can't put her any other way.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you get to it. I know you got big things planning, obviously, with the show tomorrow night. So thank you for hopping on.
Got to get out and gossip about Pluggo.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for talking some.
All press is good press, baby.
Thanks for chatting some Love Pro Wrestling 4 with us. One last time, let the people know what time, and then that's it. Do your thing.
Well, it's a beautiful day tomorrow in Edmonton, Alberta, which means it's a beautiful day for professional wrestling, especially if you're on the south side of YEG, because that means you've got easy access to the South Edmonton Common Rec Room. Our bell time is at 7 p.m. for LPW4. Let's talk about wrestling. Not only are you getting the awarding of the first ever LPW Grand Championship, you're getting Chelsea Green back for her first match since 2018. Did that rhyme? Unintentionally, but awesomely it did. You've got Casey Spinelli challenging the Hot Mess, which is just a Canadian frickin' dream match if you want to talk about that. The PCW Cruiserweight Championship is going to be in Western Canada for the very first time. Vaughn Vertigo as well making his LPW debut. He ain't the only debut, though. You've got Eli Surge, Kenneth Stryker in our ring for the very first time. Taryn from Accounting is going to tear it up against Nicole Matthews. I can't wait to see who comes out with that championship, because let me tell you, whether Taryn retains, we continue the longest reigning LPW Challenge Championship reign of all time, or we get one of the standard bearers in Canadian wrestling and Nicole Matthews carrying our championship. We're looking great either way. You talk about Mo, you talk about Son of Irish, Mars, Stephen Crow, MRB, Travis Williams, Randy Myers, and everyone in between. Man, I could not be more friggin' excited, and I could not be more honored that we're getting the opportunity to present this in what I consider the heart of Canadian wrestling, Edmonton, frickin' Alberta.
Awesome. Spencer, thank you again for hopping in. Appreciate the time, my friend. Always good chatting with you.
Time, guys.
Yeah.
I'll see you. Love you. Pluggo. Don't spend my money.
All right. I'll try to keep him in line, boss. I'll try to keep him in line.
I'm making rain over here, baby.
Later.
See you later,
Spencer.
guys.
Good to see you, my friend.
Oh boy, that was
there's
steady
the boss.
love, my boss. He didn't yell. He didn't
No.
scream.
I mean, he's
Give it a
running a badass wrestling show tomorrow. He's in a good mood. He's feeling good, you know. I don't think we're even going to get called into the office tomorrow. That's how good he's feeling.
We might.
I mean, it depends, but I think we're going to be good.
What are we going to do on a Friday morning if we're not in his office? We're going to have to go to breakfast.
We're going to have to figure something out, but you know, he's pumped.
Yeah,
he's running a kick-ass wrestling show tomorrow night. So that should be a good time.
Right.
So
now back to the festivities. Let's spend his money. He's got
lead the way, Pluggo. Lead the way.
Oh, I mean, shoot. What do we got? Oh, we've got another run-in. We got all these run-ins. What are we doing?
Yeah. We got some friends visiting us tonight.
I think so. Before we have that gentleman join us, they were talking about that ladder match.
Yes,
they showed us the ladder. That ladder's long. It's tall. It's big. That ladder's long.
Are you doing what I think you're doing here?
And you know,
oh boy,
you know how to make your ladder look longer, more sturdy?
By trimming up the trees.
By trimming up the trees. Yeah. You trim up the shrubbery around the tree. It looks longer. Do you know how you get there? There's only one way to get the proper.
I think I know.
Manscaped.com, baby. 20% off. Use the promo code Love Wrestling. You trim up that ladder region. It makes your partner have an easier time climbing to the top to achieve championship status, if you know what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Do you know what he's saying, though? The rest of you? Do you know what he's saying?
But if you don't know what I'm saying and you don't understand what we're talking about here, we're talking 20% off, free shipping worldwide. Our next guest.
Where? Worldwide? Anywhere
worldwide,
in the world?
anywhere. You live in Antarctica, they're going to ship that shit to you for free. 20% off.
Damn right.
But if you don't understand my metaphors for how to make your ladder taller, listen to this, guys. And then he's going to join us right after this.
Well, let me tell you something, everyone. If you go over to manscaped.com, right this moment in time, right now, you can save 20% off of your next purchase at manscaped.com. But how am I going to save 20%, I hear you ask? Well, let the wordsmith tell you. Because if you enter promo code LOVE WRESTLING, that's right, LOVE WRESTLING, you can see it down here. You can see it scrolling across the screen. Enter promo code LOVE WRESTLING and save 20% off of anything you find on that website. And also, you'll get free shipping. How crazy is that? 20% off. You can use it to buy the Lawnmower 4.0. And at the end of the day, your balls are going to thank you because, like the headline says, at manscaped.com, we save balls. And it's just too sweet.
Best friend, welcome to the show. What did you think of my Manscaped read? Was it good? Was it awesome?
It rivaled Olivier's performances. You should be performing at the Globe Theatre for the Uneducated in the audience that is in fact in London, England. It was Shakespearean in its delivery.
It truly was, wasn't it? I thought
It was.
It was really good. We had it going on. I had the background fodder. It was
just beautiful. Absolutely
great.
beautiful.
And I mean, we just off the top of the head with those things. We didn't script nothing. Can you believe that?
We just went there.
You took that a little bit off the top, did you?
Actually,
a little bit off the bottom.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Look, you want your ladder to not be a step ladder. You got to trim around the bottom.
Well, not to climb up my own ladder here, but it's never been considered a step ladder. Whoops, I'm gonna get canceled again.
How the hell are
on
you,
live shows? I understand. This is it.
How the hell are we doing, my friend?
Oh, we are good. We are busy here at Castle Wordsmith, but trying to catch up on AEW because real life gets in the way.
It
but
sure
I
does
did
sometimes.
actually. I know I mentioned before that I don't have a topic, but I do have a little bit of a bone to pick with. Hold on a moment. Just pulling up the quote now. I'm a wrestler. I'm not an actor. Mr. Will Ospreay, what do we think? Have you guys read this comment?
Oh my god, I haven't. What is this?
It's glorious. Let me just pull up the whole thing here. It'll be a little impromptu.
I did see that he has a kidney infection and he got pulled from Warrior this weekend.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Depending on your feelings against Will Ospreay, best of luck. Get well soon or don't, because I know people don't like him. So that's
he's a very polarizing. He's a very polarizing individual.
So I'll do a little read here, and then I'll get your gentlemanly opinions on it. When speaking about the WWE roster, you guys aren't wrestlers. You're actors, and you just do wrestling. And I don't think that's a dig. You guys make way more money than me. Like, good on you. But I just feel like when I say proudly that as a wrestler, I'm a wrestler. I'm not an actor, but I know you guys can wrestle. You're just not really allowed to show it, I guess. But other than, oh wait, hold on one moment. I can't read. I'm drunk. Sorry. But other than you wanting to make a lot of money and retire. That's what WWE is kind of for these days. I haven't read this. I'm sorry, folks. But what do we think of this? What do we think of that?
So, okay. So, all right.
Okay.
No. I gotta settle in.
Come at me in the comments.
I gotta settle in. There's one part of that I actually. What if WWE did become the place where like the older wrestlers went to kind of, you know what I mean?
But isn't that what it already kind of is? I mean, Hogan did it in the 90s, and God only knows that some of those movies were just the best thing ever.
God.
And
I mean, look at WWE has some of the best professional wrestlers in the world, right? That's just the truth. But
I mean, Hornswoggle was there. Hornswoggle was there. Need I remind you?
Hey, WLC
Hornswoggle's in the
Oh my God.
WLC.
We could drop the Will Ospreay conversation right now and talk about the single greatest match of all time.
If anybody in the chat, if you haven't seen it or it's been a while since you've seen it, go back and watch that. That match is fantastic. That is fantastic.
If Culp is still in the chat, he was there. He wrestled in it.
What?
I say what?
Culp is he looks like Hornswoggle's brother.
Well, I don't know that. I never seen a picture of this man.
Oh well, we've talked about this before on the show. Listen to the
But no, for real though, WLC ruled. I think he's being I think he's being very Will Ospreay about the comment.
Oh, absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yes.
But at the same time, I don't think he's necessarily wrong. I like how he said this isn't a dig. You know, like this is not a dig. Like you're making way more money than me. Like good on you. He's like, but you guys are not real. Like you guys are wrestlers, but they don't allow you to focus on wrestling. Right?
I do appreciate that part of the comment, but also you have to understand it is coming from Will Ospreay, who does have that British sarcasm to him. So it's like, oh yeah, mate, that's not a dig, but then it's like, no, fuck you, that's a dig. Let's see, that's gonna cost me.
Where's our Spenny's busy right now? He won't notice.
It's fine. It's fine.
Spencer, you have my email. Send me the bill. I'm sorry.
Also, we'll see. All right. Well, one thing I do want to talk to you because I haven't talked to you since, but
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Where have you been?
And since we talked about WLC, which was kind of like a comedic / great match.
Greatest match in all of history.
All right. Well, there you go. How did you feel? This is going back a ways. We're going to go back to WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Johnny Knoxville.
Jonathan Knoxville.
I thought this was the best match of WrestleMania weekend. That is not me kidding around. That is not me kidding around.
Knoxville, baby.
I mean,
I thought this match was fantastic. I just wanted your opinion. If you had seen it.
I have not seen it in its entirety.
Okay.
However, because for some odd reason I've decided to boycott actually watching full things from that particular company due to
I cannot blame
reasons.
I cannot blame you.
But Warren Smith, I always have my ear to the ground or finger on the pulse of Twitter, which is just the worst, and you should not have your finger on the pulse of Twitter. It's the worst thing ever. But I have seen clips of it, and I gotta say I'm impressed. It's better than most Jackass movies I've seen.
Yeah, it was. I was thoroughly entertained. Like I was like sitting there for the whole time, just going like, I cannot believe how much I am enjoying, like how much fun I'm having, enjoying this match. Wee Man was there.
Party Boy
got in the ring, stripped down to his skivvies like Party Boy does, and was Party Boy in it. Wee Man body slammed Sami Zayn.
That part I have seen. This part I have definitely seen.
Andre
incredible,
baby.
Incredible. Anyway. It's
Montreal's own Sami Zayn right there.
Yes, that is.
Taking the Andre bump right there.
And I thought I liked how Sami Zayn on Twitter following that, he was very openly like that was one of the greatest achievements of my career. Like that's one of my favorite matches I've ever had in my career. I will remember that for the rest of my life, and he should, because that was
his WLC.
Yeah,
because I think
was excellent.
I think wrestlers have like, yeah, if you tell them like, what's your favorite match, they're gonna say, you know, the Hell in the Cell for the title. But no, you also get into this business to do just dope shit that's kind of fun, and that looked like all parties were having the time of their life. Like, and Sami Zayn is of that age where Jackass was like the hottest thing on TV at one point, and so I'm sure he's sitting there going like, fuck yeah, this is cool.
And I get paid.
Yeah,
excellent.
I get a WrestleMania paycheck. I don't have to. I get to just goof off with, you know, people that I probably looked up to at one point.
Absolutely.
All right, so I know I did notice that you said you're catching up on AEW.
Yes.
Pluggo and I were going to have a Double or Nothing preview.
I mean, I know the card. I just haven't seen the actual episodes. But I must say, if Hook and Danhausen and Tony be damned, if you book him to lose another match, I have never been more besmirched in my life. The man broke his leg. I say we should all curse Tony Khan. This is what I say.
Yeah.
Or Tony Nese, to be honest, because my God.
Yeah, and smart Mark Sterling.
No. Menacing Mike Sterling. Let's get the gimmick right. Mike is a problem. I'm not a fan. I'm really disappointed. It's, you know, I love that Danhausen. It's a conspiracy. You know, but yes, go on. I'm sorry, I'm digressing.
No, it's okay. Well, that is on the buy-in. We do have Hook and Danhausen going against Tony Nese and smart Mark Sterling. Pluggo, you're the biggest Hook fan I know. You are president.
We're best friends.
You are president of the Hook
He's
fan
so
club.
handsome.
He's so handsome. How old?
Oh my God.
As the Hook fan club representative, or if not president at this point, how old is Master Hook?
23, I believe.
23 years old.
Somebody fact check me on that, but I believe he's 23.
I'm going to double check it. I will fact check. I believe Pluggo, you are right. I believe
23.
Pluggo, you are right.
And
I am right.
And he just walks out
just
there
had
like
a birthday.
He owns the arena.
He was born on May the 4th. Star Wars, May the 4th.
Star Trek Day? Maybe.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to do that joke again.
No.
No, Hook is so handsome. Mrs. Pluggo always tells me like she would, if AJ McLean showed up, you know, Backstreet Boys, she might think about leaving me. And I always tell her like, honey, I'm 100% committed to you. Like there's nobody that would show up at my door that I would even consider.
She looks at dead in the eye. What about Hook?
Until Hook, I'm like, until Hook came along. But no, I said this last night on a podcast I did with a friend of the show, Misfit Gamer. I said, I loved Hook. Everything about him from day one. And he was a meme wrestler that backed it up. Danhausen, everybody sees the comedy shtick. He was kind of a meme wrestler too. Then he backs it up in the ring. They haven't shown it in AEW yet, but he actually can
Tony
go.
Nese is a cheat and Mike Sterling's a piece of garbage.
Yeah,
there, I said
piece of garbage. So then they put these two together. And at first I was like, no, don't do it. It doesn't, but they've somehow made comedy gold out of this, and now I can't look away, and I can't wait to see what they do. That workout vignette that they did together,
oh, fantastic.
My God,
I have not seen it yet, but I've heard.
Go watch that. Watch it. It's so
amazing.
Good. It's very, very
Danhausen's just hanging there on a chin-up bar, like just swinging. It doesn't, and Hook is just like pumping iron, and Danhausen's like, what?
Danhausen's the ultimate body guy. He just,
of course.
The body's as is.
Yeah,
that's right.
It is what it is.
Just like me.
It is. I in fact do have a body, and it's a thing that I have. I possess this.
Yeah. All right. So we have some good matches on this card. It's really nice. It's a really nice card.
It's very nice. It's a very
yeah. Let's run through it a little bit. I know you haven't seen the shows, but at least you know the performance. We can talk it through.
If you gentlemen will permit me to be here, I will gladly give my wrong opinions during this whole segment. It'd be great.
That's what I do every week.
It's okay.
That's why we're best friends.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We have the House.
I haven't stopped smiling since you got on screen.
And exactly. That's the way
we have the House of Black Aleister Black, Buddy Matthews, and the brain fart on the other guy, Brody King, sorry, versus the Death Triangle, Pac, Ray Phoenix, and what is he going by now?
Penta Oscuro.
That is right, Penta Oscuro. Here, you want, okay. I mentioned this on AES last night.
Which is a fantastic show.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
When I
that.
catch
Every
it,
Wednesday at
it's
8 p.m.
good.
right
It's
on
very
this
good.
channel.
Very
You
good.
should watch it. Watch Dynamite with us. We have a good time. We have a
Watch
good time.
all of watch everything on Love Wrestling. By the way.
Yes, absolutely. How do we feel about potentially Pac turning on Ray Phoenix and Penta and joining the House of Black?
I want Penta to join.
Oh,
Just
okay.
because they already got the color dynamic going on, and they've already brought it up on commentary, like, oh, it's a yin and yang thing, and I'm just like, maybe it's not. Maybe Penta's like, I'm actually out of here, guys, because it was me, Phoenix. It was me all along.
I didn't even think about that. That'd be cool.
But I would be okay with. I
Be a
mean,
swerve.
if they had a mouthpiece like Pac in the
That's
House
what
of
I'm
Black,
saying. Yeah,
that'd be fucking sick too.
and he very much fits the aesthetic as well of what they do. You know, like he looks like Pac to me. Looks like he would just fit in perfectly. You know what I mean? AEW has a few people that would, but like I think Pac, if you saw that and it was a quartet, there was 4 of them, and Pac was the 4th guy, you'd be like, yeah, they have everything. They have the monster guy. They have Pac would be, you know, he's a strong, massive man, but he's littler. And then you got Malachi Black and Buddy Matt. Like they would have everything you need. Everything you need.
Before I give my thoughts, pop that Prairie Pro Wrestling comment back up. Let's shout out our boys at Major Love
Absolutely.
Wrestling. Papa
Let's do
Smokes, Bobby Money Munson. After us talking MLW, they're interviewing Julius Smokes, as they say. So stick around for those guys. They rule. They're awesome dudes. And they give you, I'm not kidding you, the best MLW coverage in the game. I don't think anybody
That
does
is
it
no
better.
joke. That is 100% the truth right there.
And now,
and
I don't know why, but I have this vision in my head.
Yep.
I want it to be Penta in the House of Black.
Yeah,
he's already
so
halfway
you're
there.
agreeing
He's
with
got the
Wordsworth.
uniform.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with
Got
you.
the
And
grave
you were saying Pac. I'm thinking, yeah, the Penta thing that just looks cool.
Phoenix, I didn't even think of that. Once Wordsmith said it, I was like,
yeah,
okay, I'd be down.
Now
for that.
I've got it. I'm listening to the Wordsmith. The visions are popping. Whoo!
That
Wordsmith,
is
you make my life better.
I change people's lives for the better.
Change people's lives.
Just
vision,
ask
I'm
my
seeing it
soon
now.
to be whatever we're going to call it. My soon to be life partner, whatever the 20 whatever kids are calling it these days, Madam M. I change people's lives. Actually, she'll probably say I changed her life for the worst. Move on. What's the next match on the card?
all right.
You changed my life for the better, so it washes out into now you just have to change.
How about
change
that?
JPJ's life. There you go.
My life has changed.
But okay, so there you go. You got 2-1. I think you're winning, Madam M. Get on the train.
The next match.
Good luck convincing her that. But yeah, JPJ, save me.
The next match we have the Hardys taking on, as broken Matt Hardy would say,
Julia Hart. Yeah, she might join.
the Bucks of Youth, the Young Bucks.
Actually, before we move on to that, has Julia Hart joined officially?
No,
they just keep.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
This sucks.
They had a match
where it was just sitting on the
floor. It was literally House of Black versus the Varsity Blondes, and I was like, okay,
this is when it happens.
This is it.
This match. I know exactly what you're talking about.
This makes sense. And she got in the ring, and it looked like it was going to happen, but then it just didn't. And I was like, all right.
She just sat there awkwardly.
She just literally just stood there, not doing shit.
Yep.
Made no damn sense.
I'm not sure if it was a while ago, but it was a couple weeks ago. She picked up the chair and was going to do so, and then nothing happened.
Yes.
And then they took off her eye patch, and I think she was fine.
And we haven't seen her since. You don't see her since. We haven't seen her.
Well, that's hurtful.
I mean, unless she's on Dark. I don't regularly watch Dark or Elevation. She might have been on those shows, but she's not been at least to my recollection that I remember, since that moment, she's not been on television on the 2 main shows, at least. I'm most likely wrong, but I don't remember her on the shows. But yes, we have the Hardys going against the Young Bucks.
Bucks of Youth.
The Bucks of Youth. I mean, this is just, I mean, look at, this is what it is. It was a dream match.
Well, how'd that Spencer one get in there?
Yeah, you just added Spencer right at the end.
Whoops.
He's like,
this is a dream match. It's happened before. It happened on the Indies before the Hardys came back to WrestleMania when they to WWE at that
happened
WrestleMania.
at Ring of Honor. What are you talking about?
It happened
Indies?
to Ring of Honor. Well, you know what? Yeah, it happened to Ring of Honor, but it wasn't like it wasn't a televised show. That's what.
No, it was on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I believe.
I mean, the Hardys are definitely towards the end here. Jeff Hardy, I'm glad to see him. He, for me, has not looked that great. Has not looked that great since he's been in AEW. Like, he's doing crazy shit because he's Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
He's doing crazy shit, but like the matches haven't been like he looks old. He looks like his body's starting to physically, I mean, not starting to, I think it has been for a little bit, but his body is breaking down because he's been, and I say this with love because I love Jeff Hardy, he's been a damn psychopath for 25 years. That's what's
in and out of the ring.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
And that is not a personal dig at Jeff Hardy. That is, you are a adrenaline person and
yes.
you need to tone it down a bit.
Yes, he's lived a very fast life. In the ring,
Jeff
outside
Hardy,
of the ring.
If I'm Jeff Hardy, I look Darby Allin straight in the eyes, just at backstage.
You got to give him that advice. Be like,
go,
bro,
this is your future.
Yeah, I'd just be like, yo, just make sure you just keep doing what you're doing, but do it inside the ring. Don't
held together with paper mache and duct tape.
Literally. So this is so AEW can have this match. It should be a good match. I mean, look, I'm one of those people where I like the Young Bucks, and I think most Young Bucks matches I see are good matches. So
yes.
Yeah, that's just how I feel about them.
I just think I think there's just this should feel bigger to me. It's going to be a good match. I don't have any doubt in my mind, but I feel like it should be like,
well, they just kind of added it in. Yeah, they just kind of added it in. Not last night, but within the last couple weeks. So,
but even when like the stare down happened, the initial one, like the crowd didn't get as amped about it as I thought we would. Like,
yeah.
And then they haven't really built it. I don't know if it's because Wait, what?
But what I will say is it's been built on ye old YouTube channel BTE, where it's kind of a joke, but it's also like, I think they've built it more on that YouTube show.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
But that's a problem because like I don't catch everything every week, especially. But you should be on your show, on your flagship program. We should know
promoting the Hardys and the Young Bucks. Yeah,
you should be promoting that.
Probably should
as like this should be top of the card type shit.
Well, the thing for me is right, like AEW, they've been successful. They've had a steady run here of things. Like people know who Jeff Hardy is. People know the Hardy Boys. They know them from even if you didn't follow them to Impact or wherever they've gone back to but you know who the Hardy Boys are. When wrestling was at its height, where 8 million people were watching Raw for crying out loud, the Hardy Boys were a central figure of the show. Like, people know who the Hardy Boys are. You have to be promoting this match bigger because if people see, oh shit, Jeff Hardy's wrestling, that might get more people to buy the pay-per-view because people know who Jeff and Matt Hardy are. That's at least my initial opinion of it. But yeah, it was just kind of thrown together like, hey, I mean, like I said, I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a good match. I have no reason to think it's not going to be a good match. But I do feel like it feels like it should be bigger than it actually is. So I do agree. If we had to pick a winner, who are we picking? We didn't pick winners in any of these. But
well, I guess if we circle back really quick, I think
I'm going Hookhausen. I'm going Hookhausen as the winner in the pre-show. And then I'm picking the House of Black because I think someone's turning. I think someone's turning.
I would have to agree with all of those things.
All right. And then in this one,
me.
Here.
No.
Fan.
You didn't let me finish. Me, as in Generation Me.
Oh,
They're gonna get that W.
Oh
They're EVPs, bro. They're incredibly
They are
violent,
EVPs.
extremely
They are
violent
EVPs.
people. They're gonna win.
I could see the Young Bucks winning and then doing this again for some reason. I think like maybe that's where my head is at. Although the Hardys winning would be a huge pop in the crowd, but there's a lot of pop worthy matches on this card. So I think the Young Bucks get it done, and they do run it back one more time in a bigger stake, maybe at like an All Out or something, and they just go crazy.
Do we get? This is my question. Do we get the Hardys eventually going back to a certain, maybe Brother Nero? Maybe.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Or hear me out. The Hardys win this. They use this as a reason to get those AEW tag titles on them. Because
that would work too.
And then the Bucks come back and be like, nah, see. And then the Bucks ultimately take him off of the Hardys. Because the Hardys have said this is like their final run together. Maybe the
expedition.
Maybe the Bucks are the ones that they go out on their backs for.
Maybe.
This is interesting. There's a lot of ways they could go with this.
Yeah, it's true.
Spoilers. They're going out to Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
No build up. It's going to be on Dark. That's
Dark Elevation.
Well, since we're talking about tag teams, why don't we stick in that realm? We have a triple threat tag team championship match. We do have the Jurassic Express that the wordsmith just mentioned defending the tag titles against Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs and Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. I said it last night. I think there's a title change here, and I think Swerve and Keith Lee are going to become the new AEW tag team champions during this match. That's what I think is going to happen. That is my official pick. I think Swerve is the coolest guy alive. Like, he comes out and you see him and you're like, man, like, I wish I could be an ounce of how cool he is.
This is true.
He's just so dope. And then Keith Lee is like incredible. Like, they just come out and it's like, all right, these two dudes, like, how do you not want to root for those two dudes?
Look at Keith Lee and tell me he's not like the sweetest person alive, but you would never want to say anything mean to him because he would like throw you around like a rag doll.
Yeah, he'd kill you.
Yep.
He'd kill you. And it's just like,
but he'd be so nice about it.
He would. He'd be like, I'm so sorry I have to do this.
But you know you fucked up.
But you're dead.
You're dead. I'm gonna kill you now. And look at this has I love Jungle. I like Jurassic Express, and Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs is a good team too. This is
wait. Okay. Somebody's getting disrespected here. We're saying Powerhouse Hobbs, and then we're saying Ricky Starks. Not to be semantic about this, but it's absolute. Ricky Starks.
It is absolutely.
I'm
sorry. I love
CFTW champion.
I'm a big fan of Ricky Starks. I'm a big fan of Ricky Starks.
Absolute
Ricky Starks.
FTW champion.
He is,
as far as I'm concerned. Right now.
He is. You are not
in
lying,
my timeline that I'm in right now.
You are not lying. Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but that is what I feel right now.
I want to see Jungle Boy and Christian have a fight and just destroy each other. So yeah, take the belts off of them.
All right.
Well, that's where my head is at with this, because the reason this match is even happening is Christian Cage's involvement. Christian, meddling, saying, "Hey, we'll do this. We're gonna have this match." And Jungle Boy's like, "What the fuck, bro? Like, you don't ever wrestle."
Well, here's the thing. All right, and we've talked about this before. I really want Jungle Boy to be the one that turns. I really do. I think it's still too early. I don't think they'll do it because I just don't. And it'll probably be Christian being the one that turns. But I want I am hoping it's Jungle Boy. I think a heel, cocky Jungle Boy is a character that I would love to see.
Be worse than MJF.
You think so?
In theory, I think that would be worse than an MJF right now.
Well, we're going to talk about MJF in a
Get
little
an
bit.
ego on him, and it'd be worse than.
And he goes by. He gets rid of the Jungle Boy, and maybe see that's why I think it's too early. But
hear me out.
He's eventually going to be Jack Perry, or he's going to be something, and he's going to be. I could see him cut the hair,
Oh no.
wearing suits, or maybe put the hair in the man bun or something.
Okay, so who are the pillars of AEW, right? The young four that we always talk about.
Darby Allin,
MJF,
Sammy Guevara,
Jungle Boy.
And Britt Baker.
Britt Baker.
And Britt
We're
Baker.
talking just in my little vacuum here.
Yeah.
So if the only one that's a face is Jungle Boy.
No, Darby's a face.
MJF is a face, depending on where you are.
Yeah, I guess he tweet. Yeah, I guess
in New York, he's
I would consider Darby Allin a face.
You would? Okay, because I kind of early like thought of tweener. Could you imagine we get a scenario down the line here if they decide to turn Jungle, like your theory, turn Jungle Boy. You turn Jungle Boy, you turn Darby. You have the four young pillars, and they're taking on the old guard of like Sting. And like, hey, listen, this is our house, and then they have like they figure
eventually,
it out.
maybe I could see that.
Yeah, that would.
Although I don't know if MJF would. I mean, he did create the Pinnacle, so I guess he would team up with people.
Like for just like a blood and guts type, the young guns of like the AEW versus, because like MJF's using it in his real life. He's like, you guys are paying CM Punk more than me, and I've been here since day one. That would be cool. That's like a one-off.
Are we talking the Millionaires Club versus the New Blood, or
yeah,
or is that?
Yeah,
boy, we get some heat on that in the comments.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just put the four pillars versus the old guard, and have like I think that would be dope. I'd like to see that. I'd like to live in that bubble. But ultimately, I think Dino 210 loses. Maybe Christian Cage gets involved and costs them.
Dino 210.
That's our buddy Warren Hayes.
Dino. Oh no, my friend Warren Hayes came up with that one. It lives on this podcast because that's
put that
incredible.
On a shirt.
Dino 210.
That's amazing,
right?
But all $1 million. Dino 2.0.
Dino 2. Like literally, if AEW released a Dino 210 t-shirt, it would be one of the highest selling shirts in the company. Everyone would be like, "That's incredible."
Who cares if we like them or not? Dino 210. How could you not want that shirt? I want that shirt right now.
Amazing, great stuff.
But yeah, ultimately, I think that Christian, because there's a triple threat tag match, so I wonder what kind of if there's going to be, and
I mean, there's no DQ.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right? Maybe he gets involved.
Triple threats.
Tries to help him out to keep the titles. So yeah, I think it writes itself. Swerve and Keith Lee walk out. This ain't a very controversial take because we're all like, "Yep, that's what's going to happen."
Hey, whatever. Sometimes
Butcher and Blade force themselves into it.
Yeah,
because they should be.
Look, and sometimes Spencer even said it when we were talking about Love Pro Wrestling. That sometimes the thing that you think is going to happen, or the most normal thing, is not a bad thing. Like sometimes if it's just done, like we all knew Hangman was beating Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
we all knew that. But when it happened, it was still fucking amazing.
Yes,
you know.
Sir.
So, all right, cool. Now we got. So this is the only match on the card that we officially still don't know yet. It is the finals for the women's Owen Hart tournament. We do know that Britt Baker. I did not like this decision. I think Tony Storm should have won that match last night, but it is what it is. Well, but we do know
they should have booked it that way anyway. They should have Tony on the opposite side of Britt and had them
in the finals.
That's what you do. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, but we have Britt Baker in the finals. It makes sense why she's there. She is the standard bearer of the women's division still, but I think Tony Storm should be immediately treated like a top person. Versus the winner, which will take place tomorrow night on Rampage. It will either be Chris Statlander, who took the place of Hikaru Shida, who was injured. I say that with quotations.
Injured. Yeah.
Or Ruby Soho. No, now, I know, Pluggo, you picked Ruby Soho to win the whole thing from the beginning, so I'm pretty sure I know where your allegiances are going to lie, because you want to win. You want to be right.
I got to get something right.
But who do we think is winning the match on Rampage tomorrow? And then who do we think is winning the tournament between Britt Baker and who we obviously think is going to win between Ruby Soho and Chris Statlander? Wordsmith, I'll let you go first, my friend.
I mean, I like the thought of Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker. I
One
do
more
like
time.
that match. One
Get the
more
revenge
time.
from Grand Slam, and maybe Ruby pulls it out.
Oh no, she's gonna lose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen.
right.
It'll be her shot next time. But
unless Hater turns.
Okay. All right. Here's my thing.
that is the other storyline that they have been telling this whole time.
You know, this is something that's going on. Yes, it is. This is something that's going on. But like you're starting to hear the crowd not so much turn against Britt Baker. That's strong. But you're starting to hear a certain section of the crowd. Like the pop's not as big. You know what I mean?
Like somebody else that left recently.
Yeah, the pop's not as big. Like they were boos the other night. And I get it. She's a bad person. I get it. But like those weren't, hey, I'm booing the heel boos. They were like, those boos were like, hey, we get it. Like she's good. Like somebody else, please.
Right.
And I have fear that if Britt wins this tournament, which I think she will, people are going to get like, people are gonna, I don't think they are there yet, but people are going to get sick of her. And like, if you hear Tony Khan interviews, whenever he talks about the women's division, the only person he still really talks about a lot is Britt. Like the only person he mentions every time is Britt Baker. Like he's like, well, we got Britt Baker, you know? And it's like,
you also have Jade Cargill, right?
Yeah, like, literally. Like you have Jade Cargill,
here.
you have Jamie Hayter, you just got Tony Storm. Like you have other people, but like Jade Cargill, when you look at Jade Cargill, you are, and we're going to talk about her match next, but you look at Jade Cargill and you're like, this is a 1 in a million person right here. Like that. I don't know. Again, and I am
Charlotte Flair.
And I am way pro Brit. I am way pro Brit. This is not me saying I'm getting sick of Britt Baker. However, people are going to if she's the only one you're banking on. And I just worry that if she wins this tournament, because going into it, I had in my mindset, I was like, oh, cool that Britt's in the tournament, but she shouldn't win. She doesn't need to win. Britt Baker doesn't need to win this tournament. This does not, like, besides adding just another thing to the legacy, like, it doesn't elevate her at all.
That's true.
She's Britt fucking Baker.
Unless she gets destroyed by whatever happens after.
Yeah, maybe.
Like if she goes up against Jade Cargill after and it's like
Cargill ruins her.
Just destroys her. Like not even a contest. I'd be okay with that. But
I wanted to have a small discussion about that because I do feel like we're approaching that territory of people that are going to be like, all right, we get it. Like enough.
Those people
give us some new people.
Those people are mad because if you're like me, you want more things for this women's division. Yeah. And you need to start giving. You've built her up. She's there. She's established. You have to establish her. You're still a young company. You got to establish your hierarchy. She's there. Move on. Like not move on, but give some other women some shine so that we can have some other women in main event matches that aren't just Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, because that's all they've been able to pull off so far.
Who else is in the semifinal?
It's Britt. It's Jay.
Yes, it's Britt and
Chris Statlander.
Yeah, Chris Statlander. So she's fighting Ruby Soho tomorrow night on Rampage, and the winner of that will face Britt on Sunday.
What if we get Statlander in there?
I think Britt Baker's best. I think Britt Baker's best wrestling match as champion was against Statlander at All Out.
And what has she done?
Nothing.
Hate to use the old Eddie Murphy thing. F you, Eddie. What have you done for me lately? Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah.
They've done nothing with her except have her walk out on stage and go, guess I'm here because
true.
Injury, right?
Yeah, that is. Yeah, she wasn't even in the tournament.
No, she just kind of walked out and was like, hey.
They were like, oh,
wait a minute. It was like, you guys have mentioned this more than once. And did I miss something? Was Sheeta not actually hurt?
No, she does not hurt. She just got.
No, she is not hurt. She
stuck.
It was a miscommunication, and she's in Japan and got stuck in Japan.
Oh, okay. Because
she literally took to Twitter and was like, "I didn't know about that."
Yeah, like Sheeta went on Twitter after they announced she was injured and was like, "I just wrestled all weekend in Japan. Like, I'm not injured."
Oh, okay.
Like
that makes more sense because I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah,
even I caught that. I'm like,
I was like, "What's going on?" Clearly, she had. Yeah, what I think happened, or at least what I heard, our friends on the Will Washington, he was talking about it, and he said he said what he heard happened was AEW figured out that, oh shit, we want to have these finals at Double or Nothing. And they looked at the schedule and they said, damn, we have to have this first round match or this second round match this week to do that. Otherwise, we're going to be off. And Shida was like, well, I was supposed to have this week off because I'm in Japan. And they were like, all right, well, you're fucking injured. That's what's happening. You're injured, and Statlander's doing it. That's how this whole thing happened.
And so, Shivani sold it like a champion.
Oh, yeah.
Because Hikaru Shida is injured. It's like, really? Would you pretend that's up there with the good night, everybody, and Hulk Hogan, you can go to hell.
Yeah.
You realize
it's right up there.
Hell. Isn't Shivani a treasure?
I love that man.
It's not Britt Baker. He's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outside of Sting and Britt, he's happy to be there.
So are we all in agreement again that we all think Britt Baker's winning the tournament?
Nope, I'm sticking with
you're sticking. Yeah, Pluggo's sticking with Ruby Soho
all the way, baby.
Pluggo's sticking with Ruby Soho. I don't
believe it. The destination's unknown, man.
Destination Owen Champ. Ruby Soho.
Wow.
Rubeaver.
Nailed it.
There we go.
Nailed it.
All right, we then have the men's.
Listen.
We then have the we do have the men's Owen Hart tournament finals. We have Adam Cole, baby, going up against the Ring of Honor TV champion, Samoa Joe. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one, guys.
I win always in this match.
Yeah. This is going to be good. I picked on the men's side. I picked Adam Cole to win this whole thing from the jump. So I am sticking with my pick. I am picking Adam Cole, baby. But more importantly, I am finally ready for Adam Cole to get his revenge for when Samoa Joe choked him out in the back of NXT.
Most
son of a
dangerous
bitch. And he was the bodyguard of Regal, choked him right out, and then Adam Cole left before they did anything about it. Tonight, this is it. Sunday, we're getting it.
Didn't he die? I heard Adam Cole died at one point.
I think they were gonna make him a manager of sorts. Yeah. That's what
good shit.
They were gonna make him Keith Lee's manager. That's right.
And they were gonna make Keith Lee.
No, they didn't.
Polka dots. Oh no, they did that to somebody else who.
They did that to somebody else. They made him Bearcat. You remember that? They were like, hey, you know how you're really charismatic and good looking and you smile a lot and people like you? Yeah, don't do that. I just need you to go out there and yell. Just yell randomly.
Rawr.
Everything that makes you great, don't do that.
Nah, don't do
that. That's how Keith Lee, he'd be like, rawr.
You want to make money? You want to make money in this business? Don't do anything you're doing well right
exactly.
now.
You want to make money in this business? Yeah. Don't be you, man.
Got to go on a little side quest here, as our future boss Freddie French Jr. would say in his podcast. But you saw, I don't know why I'm holding a screwdriver. You saw Keith Lee in Evolve have those matches with
like in NXT.
But I'm saying you ultimately signed him. You saw those. You saw the NXT. You've seen all these banger matches that this dude's putting on, and then he gets to the major leagues, if you will, and you're just like, don't do any of this stuff you just did for the last 10 years. Like, why? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. It's like sports. It's like, hey, Tom Brady, we know you're a hell of a football player, but listen, we want you to be the kicker now.
I want you to go play golf.
Yes. go play baseball, bro. Like,
oh my God.
That makes sense. Anyway,
so I said Adam Cole. What do you fine gentlemen think? Who's going to leave the men's Owen Hart tournament?
Just to be different, I want to say Samoa Joe, but at the end of the day, I think it is going to be Adam Cole, because then he'll be able to have it over everybody else in
that's the thing, right?
And go, why didn't you go far? Why didn't you qualify? And it's just going to be tension building.
Incredible that like a Shawn Michaels disciple would be the one that wins the Owen Hart.
And he'll do that. He'll say that shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Shawn Michaels guy.
Yeah, I guarantee he'll come on and be like, "Yeah, I always like Shawn Michaels better."
Then I hope we get.
Whoever's
come out and just be like, I gave that match a 4.
Well, because
Then-
the first round
then
matchup,
punch
which
him
I
in the
think
face.
the first round matchup, which I still think was the best matchup of this tournament so far, was Adam Cole and Dax.
Mhm.
And Dax, biggest Bret Hart fan, Hart family person, and you have the Adam Cole, the Shawn Michaels disciple, Adam Cole, and Adam Cole beat him with the sharpshooter.
And my pick to win
Incredible.
the whole thing, Dax Harwood. So
Incredible.
somehow managed.
Adam Cole
Maybe
won
he
that match
inserts
with
himself.
the sharpshooter. Man, good
I'm
stuff.
gonna take Adam Cole as well, only on the basis that I think since Joe's got the Ring of Honor TV title, I think Jay Lethal might get
Oh,
involved.
you think they get involved?
Jay Lethal, Sanat Singh gets involved. What's it? Roju, what's his name?
No,
no, that's
no,
not.
come
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm
Come on.
sorry. I'm sorry. What's his name?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
You know,
I wasn't a big Impact guy. I don't know.
the mouthpiece. and
Davari?
then-
No,
No.
Davari's not there.
No.
No, I can't. I'm gonna butcher it.
I'm drawing a blank. But
drawing a blank.
I know who you're talking about.
And then they're going to get involved somehow. And then you've got to factor in Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. It's going to take 6 dudes to beat Samoa Joe. But ultimately, they get it done. And then Joe goes and takes care of business with Jay Lethal. So it'll be Adam Cole.
All right. Moving on, it's time for Anarchy in the Arena.
Are we
Anarchy
talking about,
in the
are we
arena?
talking about sports entertainment?
I love that
Is this
guy.
about the beat?
I love that
Sports
guy.
entertainment.
I love him.
Big
Uh,
magic.
With
We have
Menard.
Yas. We have Yas. The Jericho Appreciation Society
Sports entertainment.
versus the Blackpool Combat Club, which will consist of Brian Danielson and John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz. This is basically Stadium Stampede, but it's Anarchy in the Arena.
Because that is
because
sports entertainment.
because the Stadium Stampede, John Moxley ain't doing that bullshit.
No. Matt Hardy almost died during that.
He said, I ain't doing that bullshit, but you call it Anarchy in the Arena.
He goes, you throw some barbed wire out here, I'll do whatever you want.
Just don't put bombs in there because we don't want to talk about that last one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Exploding Death Match 2.0.
Although I did love last night how Jericho just randomly burned some random dude in the face with a fireball in the back last night. He just walks up to him and goes, "Oh, you're wearing a Moxley shirt?" Yeah, just throws a fireball right in his face.
Yeah. Are we sure it wasn't Sean Spears?
No. And then Jericho I don't know if you saw that. You haven't because you said you were behind, but
I have not.
So you got the guy you're talking about. What are you wearing a Moxley shirt, huh? You got those guys talking shit.
Big Daddy Magic.
One of the underrated things that happened was not that guy that talks like that. The other guy,
Angelo Parker.
Yeah,
Cool Hand Ange.
He's talking shit to the guy wearing the Moxley shirt, and he pulls out what looks like a pocket knife, and he opens it, and he starts combing his hair because it was one of those combs. Excellent. Excellent.
Entertainment.
Oh my god, it's so good. So then they go, "Oh, you got a Moxley shirt? You're a Moxley fan, huh?" And then all of a sudden, you just see out of nowhere a fireball just right in this guy's face. And then Jericho looks directly in the camera, and he goes, "I'll throw a fireball in your face because I'm a wizard."
Oh my god!
And then he left. That was it. Then he walked off. That was it. That was the whole thing. I'll throw a fireball in your face.
All he needed to do was this.
Because I'm a wizard.
Because
I'm a wizard. Because I'm a wizard, he said. And then
anybody that doesn't like AEW does not understand sports entertainment.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. I was like, all right. He's a wizard. But anyway, I'm picking Blackpool Combat Club, Kingston, Santana, Ortiz. That's my pick. I just can't see how Blackpool can lose right now, currently. That's all.
Because it's not sports entertainment.
Because in that sports, flag sport. I was trying to figure out a way to fit that in there.
They're restless.
They're restless. Whatever wrestlers go up against sports entertainers in the Anarchy in the Arena.
What are we thinking, boys?
I mean, obviously, it's going to be Blackpool.
Yeah,
let's be real.
I'm
think
gonna just say it only.
I saw Regal's punch. That's
I'm
one
just
of the
gonna
last
say
things I
Jazz
watched.
only because we got to be different. I
Same,
don't believe
same.
it. I don't
Pluggo's going
agree
with
with it.
Yas.
I'm just gonna go with it only for next Thursday night at 8 p.m. when I go. I told you, motherfuckers.
But can I just say something? This coming from a man that's never seen Star Wars, I don't really trust your judgment.
Well, he's seen 2 of them now, though.
Well,
Yeah,
which
I've
ones
seen
have you
2.
seen? I tuned in late. I'm sorry.
Oh, so he's watched A New
Wow.
Hope and Empire.
I review them every week on this show.
Oh, yeah, you do? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know
You
what?
didn't-
I'm
you-
too busy
have
catching
you
up.
seen our
I'm too
badass?
busy catching up on
Pluggo
sports
entertainment.
Have
Pluggo
you
Pluggo
seen
entertainment.
Have
I
you
gotta
seen our
catch up on that.
badass intro that we do?
Oh,
for them?
I have. Oh,
Amazing.
I saw it tonight, and I gotta say,
Amazing.
absolutely amazing.
Some
Shout out to
Ecto
whoever
guy,
came up
some
with
of his
that.
best work. Some of his best work.
Every once in a great while, the Ecto guy comes up with.
He has another one in the can. I don't think we're having a draft tonight, but he came up with another doozy.
We might have to figure out a way to use that soon.
but
But
we're
yes,
gonna use-
throwback. What's up, brother?
Yeah. Throwback, thank
Congratulations
you.
on 2 years,
Congratulations, 2-year anniversary. He had a little stream earlier. Having
Los
some
años.
friends on. I know Pluggo popped in and said hello. I was like running around like a maniac. I showed up like 10 minutes before the show because work was driving me insane.
Because you're
But,
not a sports entertainer.
Hey,
Sports
hey,
entertainment.
all right, let's continue. Oh wait, yeah, we got all our picks.
I'm taking
All right,
Jazz just to be different, but I think Blackpool ultimately because you can't beat
Yeah.
those guys. Those guys are
Regal.
back.
I want Regal to knock
Back.
Jericho out again.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Oh,
That was my
amazing.
favorite moment of Dynamite in a really long time. Just
We
Regal,
then have
power of the punch.
Wardlow going up against MJF. If Wardlow wins, he is released from his contract with MJF. However, if he loses, he is barred from ever signing an AEW contract. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This build for Wardlow has been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They have not done one thing wrong with this. It was organic. They let it build week after week when he was killing dudes with power bombs, literally power bombing guys to death. They let it build and build and build, and this has been perfect. Truly, this has been perfect. This and the Blackpool Combat Club are my 2 favorite things on AEW programming. They have been for a little bit. For me personally, I think it's a foregone conclusion that Wardlow's winning because he's signing an AEW contract. Because why the hell wouldn't you want him to sign an AEW contract?
He's gonna get the graphic.
You got it. He's finally going to get the graphic after being in the company for 3 years. He's going to get the
opinion
graphic.
coming up. Spoilers, folks.
Oh,
controversial
well,
opinion.
All right. I'm going to let Pluggo go first then.
If I'm just gonna say this because I'm with you, I think ultimately Wardlow wins, and let's just say that's ultimately what goes down. Is it a squash match? You think he just mows him?
No,
you don't do this build to do that.
Yeah, no.
But that's what I'm saying. So he's just how long? Are they
Well,
gonna
Spears
go?
is going to get involved. There's going to be things
That's
that
what
happen.
I'm saying. I squash him. Keep it going, man.
I don't know. I don't know if you can do that.
How long do you think this match goes?
Oh, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a terrible
45
long.
minutes.
45 minutes.
They're going Broadway, bro.
Goes
They're
on
Broadway.
right after
Wow.
Broadway in the arena.
He's going to hit him with a power bomb with like 6 seconds left, and he's just going to be counting, and that's it. That's it. It's going to run out. Time's going to run out.
Longest match in AEW history. This is going to be, and then it's. Although no, we can talk about it after. But I hear that there's going to be a little bit of fast and loose timing things because of a certain other sport happening at the same time. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh, real quick, shout out to Astrid for gifting a sub.
Oh, thank you, Astrid.
Astrid.
Appreciate that.
That was dope.
Always good to see you, Astrid. Hopefully you had a blast at that concert last night.
Before we forget,
Astrid went to see Simple Plan last night.
Oh, and I guess it was not a simple show. I do love Simple Plan.
I know, right? God.
Quite the group.
But before we forget, based on that sub, if you are subscribed to Love Wrestling, you will be able to chat tomorrow night during Love Pro Wrestling 4. Everybody's free to watch, but the subscribers only get to chat. So hit that subscribe button and hang out with us tomorrow night for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
LP Dub 4.
All right, Wordsmith. Give me that controversial hot take.
Wardlow loses. We don't see we don't see him for a bit.
Okay. And then how does he eventually get the contract?
Shows up at Ring of Honor.
Oh.
Yeah. Good.
Wow.
I would like to see him lose.
So you think that
Tony
Wardlow
Khan's
becomes one of the pillars of the new Ring of Honor?
Yep.
There you
I
go.
mean,
It's
he's
a weird
automatic
opinion.
world heavyweight champion material, right? Immediately. Immediately.
And then, when they eventually do the sort of invasion thing that they're already kind of doing with another company, but I guess we'll get there eventually, because I saw something on Twitter last night that intrigued me greatly. But yeah, I think we're up for an invasion of some sort or cross promotion.
Okay.
But Wardlow doesn't get signed to AEW and goes
All
over
right.
and becomes.
Well, I mean, I like it. Thinking out of the box. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
It would be intriguing. I
it's
just think that
weird.
crowd will be not thrilled. I think the crowd organically and genuinely really loves Wardlow. They're chanting his name now like they used to chant Goldberg. Like literally.
He is Goldberg.
He is. Like when he walks to the ring with the handcuffs on, that crowd is chanting Wardlow.
That's
Like they're
true.
doing
This is
that.
true.
This card to me though has a lot of it seems very clear who's getting the win.
It does.
Which is unusual for a Double or Nothing pay-per-view, maybe for Full Gear, maybe for Revolution. So there's got to be a swerve somewhere. And I mean, I know that it sounds crazy, but that would be
maybe
you'd be like, oh shit.
You have to understand, even, and Alex we were talking about it a little bit before the show, but if we're talking about MJF here, I still believe that MJF should be, even though once we get to the match that we're going to talk about at the end of this, it's going to go against what I'm saying. But I still think that the guy that should be the next AEW champion is MJF. That's what I think. However, I don't think that's going to be the case, and we'll talk about it. But I do think that MJF should be the next champion. But MJF, unless, Wordsmith ends up being right, I think MJF's taking an L here. That's why when you said, do they squash him? I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they should. But at the same time, where does MJF go from here? If he loses, where does he go? How does he bounce?
Where does Wardlow go
back
from here if he wins? His best storyline has been the MJF thing. We haven't seen him do anything else.
I think he goes directly for the TNT type. He goes for that middle, because his trajectory is world champion, but I don't think he's in the plans for a bit when it comes to that. So I would think the Ring of Honor, that would be something, because he would automatically be involved in that championship discussion immediately. That's actually not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea.
Wordsmith. Changing our lives, baby.
Unbelievable.
Not for the better, but not for the worse all the time.
All right. We then have the TBS championship match. We talked about her a little bit earlier. We have Jade Cargill defending against Anna Jay. This one, to me, is the easiest match to book on the card. No way in hell is Jade Cargill losing that. I think it'll be competitive. They've already fought before. I think Anna Jay will perform better, and she will I think she will get Jade on the ropes in this match, maybe a little bit. But yeah, Jade Cargill's not losing that title anytime soon. And if she does, it will be because she's going to go be the AEW Women's Champion. So I'm picking Jade Cargill here.
I don't think you need to say much more than that. I think you said it. But I think this is ultimately the stepping stone to what will be the next big challenger for Jade. Maybe we get a debut.
Do you think we get a debut afterwards?
Maybe we get a signing of some type. And that, I don't know. I don't know. I'm interested to see. I mean, Tony Storm's not doing anything.
True.
So I'm interested to see what they do with Jade. I like the idea, honestly, of Jade just walking into Tony Khan's office and saying, "Tony, cut the shit," because it works both ways.
You stole my line.
She just hear about she
had
after
it.
she wins.
I had it.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
It's my shtick. It's my shtick, and you took it.
She drops the TBS title on the desk and says, "I'm done. I'm above
Option
this.
C.
I'm done. I'm above this. I want." Because you could do the whole playing off the Sasha Banks. I think they should. I don't know why. I just think they would. It's not above them. But I do ultimately think that Jade, maybe she doesn't lose the thing. Maybe she just relinquishes and says, "Look, I want Rosa now. I'm ready. This is 35 wins. This is 40 wins. Like, what I've ran through your division twice. Like, what more do you want from me?" Jade ultimately is the best ever, so I don't think she ever loses.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Wordsmith,
cut the shit.
Cut the shit.
Let's talk about Jade Cargill.
Incredible.
Let's talk about her real quick.
Game changer.
She does not need to drop that belt. She does not need to relinquish that belt. I want her to be
Jade two belt
first ever 2-belt champion in AEW.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong. Has there been another
think Scorpio
double champion?
Sky technically had no. I'm just kidding. He was carrying around 2 belts, but he wasn't.
Oh, he was carrying out 2 belts because there was that other guy that left thing going on, and
and one of those belts is dirty.
Yeah, well, one of those.
They're debuting tomorrow night on Rampage. They're debuting a brand new TNT title for Scorpio because
they're lighting that other one on fire, and
yes, I think
nobody wants to see that anymore.
Yeah, because I think people will remember that one for Cody. So they're like, you know what? We're getting a new title because we want people to forget about Cody. So
Cody's looking at that busted up title going like, that's pretty. I'd wear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue, Wordsmith. Sorry.
Yeah. Just let her have both belts.
Yeah, that'd be something.
And bring in, I don't know. I don't even know who I would want. Like, because her run is so good.
It is. That it's I love how she's getting better on the mic every week. She's getting better in the ring every week. I love how she has Red Velvet and Hogan with her now, like as her little like henchwomen, like her baddies. Mark Sterling fits in perfectly with her.
Menacing Mike.
Everything about it is just like she screams superstar. And she had a tryout with WWE, and they just I don't know how they did not just look at her and go, "We'll figure it out."
No, she was on, I think it was maybe Jericho's podcast or somewhere else.
Oh, did she say that's not what happened?
They offered her a contract, but they told her, if you sign this deal, you have to drop all of your. Because she's like a bodybuilder type.
Yes.
Sponsorships out the.
They said, you don't get to make money outside of us ever.
Yeah, and when she was like, well, the contract. Then she said, you guys need to pay me to offset the contracts that I would have to cancel and cut ties with who I've had for years, and they ultimately wouldn't do it. And she said with AEW, they're like
do whatever you want,
because she's Brandon Phillips of the Cincinnati Reds wife. They have a lot of partnerships and deals that they've worked out together as a couple, and she wasn't ready to call, so they were interested. They weren't going to pay her enough to make it, and then cut her in 3 months, and then she's out those deals too, is what she said.
Yeah,
that makes sense. How old is she?
I think she's 32.
She's too old. She's too old. Can't have her. Too old.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Plus she has opinions, so can't have her either.
Don't want that.
Plus she has talent.
32, 33 maybe. I think she's 29.
Is she 29? You just looked it up? That was a big jump. 32, 33, 29?
She's actually 45. Really.
That's how that went. I think she's like 30, 32, 33, 29.
I'm going to look it up. I'm just going to throw numbers out there. But
29? She was born in 1992.
She's 29.
Yeah, 1992.
We got hand signals going on from the producer. I don't know what the heck is going on back there. What's happening?
You never know what Alex is doing back there. Alex, the meatloaf. We want it now.
Oh, I think it's because we were talking for like more minutes. When
that was Wedding Crashers, no?
It was Wedding Crashers, the funniest movie still to this day that I've seen in theaters.
Chaz, pick up your fucking skateboard.
Ma, the meatloaf!
Ma! Meatloaf!
Anyway.
Bro, I crashed a few. No, I could quote that. Whole
Oh my
movie.
God.
That's crazy.
It's first of all, it is one of the funniest movies ever made. I'm not saying it's the funniest movie I've ever seen, but in the theater, that experience of seeing that movie was the funniest. Like the whole theater was basically crying. That's how good. Vince Vaughn. Damn it! Now I'm gonna go on a fucking rant. All right.
You know what, JPJ, cut the shit. Let's get back to Jade Cargill.
I know.
and
I'm
her
sorry.
being like 65 years old.
I'm a
Let's
big
go.
movie person. I like the Oscars. I like award shows. I'm one of those old fucking weird. Like I love that whole thing. The Oscars don't really appreciate comedies at all, right? It's not a comedy thing. Vince Vaughn and that movie should have won an award. That's all. His performance
Can I
was
say something?
worthy of it. That is one of the funniest performances in the history of film. History of film. He should have won an award.
You need to take Vince Vaughn's name out your effing mouth. All right? Out your effing mouth.
Anyway, Jade Cargill. Let's go. Let's get back. I just had to say that. I just had to say it.
Oh, was it Jade or Jade? Sorry, we're not talking about Jada. We're talking about Jade. Sorry.
Oh, somebody's
Well,
getting
take it
slapped.
easy. No.
I'm going to get in trouble. Sorry.
Ruined
okay,
his
you
whole
can't-
career.
You
Ruined
can't
his
show
whole
up for
career.
10
Like
years.
his career's over now.
Can't show up for 10 years. Oh, no.
Career is over.
The fucking multi-billionaire is...
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. His life's not going to be hard, but his career's over, though. It's over.
Yeah.
But he went out on a high note. He won a damn Oscar. But anyway. All right. Jesus. Oh,
Is this a
sorry.
wrestling show or
Yeah,
what?
we've been talking about AEW for the last fucking hour.
He got one little fight and the Oscars got scared. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He got on one little fight and the Oscars got scared. So you're moving with your auntie and uncle
So
in Bel Air.
removing you
That's
from
what we're doing.
We're removing you from the academy.
All right, we
because
just lost 2 viewers. All right, we got to get back on track.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Told
Anyway,
you I changed people's lives for the worse.
it's off the fucking rails. Anyway, we have the women's AEW Women's Championship. Thunder Rosa, champion, defending against Serena Deeb. Wordsmith, you lead.
I want
you
Serena
got?
Deeb to hold the title so bad, but I also
would
don't
not
want
be
to see
against
Thunder
that.
drop it.
Yeah,
but-
I would not be against that, but it's too. It's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Thunder
But she
Rosa
also
hasn't
needs
even
something
been-
better to do.
Exactly. They haven't even given her really this is the first major match she's. They really haven't given her much. They
They got Nyla calling her Thunder.
This is her
Herd
first
because-
pay-per-view defense, correct?
Pay-per-view defense.
Yes.
Yep. The Nyla was at Battle of the Belts.
That's right.
It was a good match and all, but again, we all know Nyla is your first challenger always, and she always loses. So it is what it is. And
Unless you're
I
Sheeta.
just, unless you're Sheeta,
and you're injured, so never
and
mind.
you're injured. Well, the thing with Thunder Rosa is that she had a nice edge to her last night. Nope, she was all strictly business, talking all sorts of smack. But they went through so much bells and whistles and all that, big stage for her to win the title. For her to lose it the first go around would be a mistake unless they know something we don't know. But Deeb is fantastic, and it blows my mind, and I say it every time, and I'll say it till we stop ever talking about these two. The WWE had Serena Deeb as a coach, didn't want her to wrestle. They wanted Rosa to be a referee. Look at these two now, 2 of the top women in professional wrestling, maybe on the short list of the top 5 for sure. In terms of just wrestling ability alone, and this match is going to be awesome. I have no doubt in my mind this thing is going to.
Oh my God, yeah!
Classic.
I think it's going to be real,
and
real good.
Rosa's going to win. Friend of the show, Thunder Rosa.
Yep.
My
I think
friend,
we're getting a visitor.
my buddy.
I think we're getting a visitor. Yep.
Oh, Lou's like
Coming right
talking
in.
about cat.
He's coming right in. He's coming right in. He's trying to knock my mic over. Jesus. Anyway.
He's like,
God.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's falling apart. Lou's breaking it down. Lou, relax, bro. Anyway, we got one more match to talk about, and then we got to get the hell out of here before my cat turns off my damn stream because he's gonna knock my shit out.
Your cat's like,
I'm going with Thunder Rosa. I think we all are. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We have the World Heavyweight Championship. This segment between these two men last night was unreal. I think it was Hangman's. I know you're behind Wordsmith, but go out of your way to watch this. I think it was Hangman's best AEW promo that he's cut CM Punk was as good as you would expect CM Punk to be. It was excellent. We have Hangman Adam Page defending the AEW World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk. Pluggo, I'll let you lead this last one. How you feeling? Who you got? I know we talked about it a little bit. I know you know where I'm leaning.
I never pick
Who you
against
got?
CM Punk because I love CM Punk. But I'm saying that as well as like I believe he's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they're doing. I love the whole like CM Punk's like this is professional business, bro. Like, why are you getting all worked up?
Yep.
He's kind of like playing that like older brother. If you want to say it, like, remember Buzz?
Yep.
Buzz and Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, how like Kevin would get fired up and the family would be like, "You're the problem," and Buzz is just like, "Yeah, bro."
Yeah, just laughing
and that's what CM Punk's kind of doing. He's kind of goating him. He's hanging out, and I think we've watched CM Punk matches, and every match he's always getting out wrestled to an extent, and then he figures out a way to win. He figures out that slip up, and I think he's getting Hangman in Hangman's head so much. Hangman's gonna slip up, Punk's gonna get the win, and he may do it in a heelish way to keep Hangman over as a face. We'll see, but ultimately, I just think it's gonna be that like, oh, gotcha. Now I'm the champ, walking into Forbidden Door United Center with the.
I mean, we've seen this, like, Hangman's has aggression, like he's had aggression before, but like it's just. He's come out and cut these promos where he's just like, I'm going to destroy CM Punk. Like, I'm going to ruin him. Like, I'm going to end his career. Like, he's talking like that. And it's kind of like out of character for Hangman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I loved last night when, like you said, when Punk was just like, I don't know why you're so angry. Like, I don't know. Like, dude, it's business, man. Like, I've earned a shot at the title. Like, it's business. I'm a champion. This is where I'm going to go. Like, you're getting way too angry.
Yeah.
But I did love when Hangman last night also looked at Punk and he was like, I'm not just trying to keep my title. Like, I'm trying to prevent this. I'm trying to keep this title from you.
Yeah.
Because you represent everything that this company doesn't stand for. Right. So I'm trying to keep this belt from you. I love that. And then I loved Punk where he was like, okay, well, you might think I don't belong here or whatever, but like, just remember the road that AEW was built on, that road was paved by me.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God. I was just, it was just so damn good. Wordsmith, you have to watch it. It was just so damn good.
It's coming up next.
It was just so damn good. Hangman, that promo ruled from Hangman Adam Page. Very good. And you expect greatness on the mic from Punk, so he would just live to
they're telling a great story.
Oh, it's so good. But I do agree with you. I think the aggression from Hangman and how he's just been like, I'm going to destroy you. He's been so angry. I think he's going to overcompensate or something's going to happen. And Punk being the veteran, he's going to pull it out. He's going to win. And then do we see Hangman maybe break again and kind of, I don't know, but I think Punk's going to one up or he's going to get the best. Hangman's going to fuck up and Punk's going to slide in there and take it.
Because we saw levels of this, like with Danielson and, everything, like Hangman slowly like going away from that Dark Order, not really caring character to like getting serious. Like with his title reign, literally at one point he said, I don't know what a Texas death match is.
Yeah.
Like come on, you should. But now he's like all business serious. Punk is in his head and he's getting tired of people like saying he can't get it done. And I just think that, that would be a good story to tell. Like he gets it done against Punk and, cements his title reign. But also I think it would be even more compelling that Punk somehow snuck it out and then Hangman's got to regroup and ultimately he gets another shot down the road because he's Hangman freaking Page.
It's true. Wordsmith, we'll let you finish. You are the guest. From what you've seen or what you've heard, I know you're going to watch the promo after, but like, what do you think? You think Hangman retains? He's had the belt since November. So it's been a decent, AEW has had long title reigns to start. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a decently long reign. You're talking 6 months, approaching 7 months. Are you agreeing with Pluggo and I on CM Punk, or do you think Hangman retains?
I really actually don't know this one because
I do. Yeah, I do think it's kind of like
I'm
can't be
torn
sure.
between the two of them because
Yeah.
we've been on this ride with Hangman. I mean, no stupid cowboy pun intended there. But actually, what I should have gone with was no shitty cowboy. Never mind. Moving on.
Cut the cowboy shit.
Cut the cowboy shit. Yeah, but do I want to see CM Punk as a champion right now, or do I want him to fail in his attempt to get inside Hangman's head? I think the story is more fun if he loses and goes, I almost had you, and next time I'm going to get it.
That's fair. Do you think if he loses, we see a heel CM Punk? Like, you think he goes, like,
to me right now, that would be the thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Hangman's on this, like you guys have said, Hangman's on this path of, I mean, it was really weird. I watched one of the other promos from a couple weeks ago yesterday, and he just kind of turned on a dime and said, I kind of hate you, and I want you out of here because you're not on my level. You don't deserve this. And it's like, he's gonna fuck up. Like,
yeah,
I think it was you, JPJ, that said that before. If he fucks up, but he fixes it and then just loses his mind.
Yeah.
That would be good for him to walk out with the title, because then we get not nice guy Hangman anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also transition that into CM Punk messing with his head for a couple more months or weeks or whatever you want to do. I don't know. I really can't call it. Me is what I'll go with. When I don't know, it's me. I'm going to win because I'm going to like it.
That's all I've learned today is Wordsmith is winning all of these
always
matches.
Win. And by winning, sorry, that's a throwback.
Charlie Sheen. On that note, we've been doing this for over 2 hours. It's past 10 o'clock. So I think we're going to do our plugs. We're going to talk about our sponsors, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. Wordsmith, thank you so much. Oh, we love you. Always a pleasure. It's been a little bit. Hopefully we can get you on here a little bit more semi-regularly.
All the time.
Yeah, I would love you to be a part of this more whenever you are free. So
I am semi-regular, I'll be honest.
All right, let's go. Well, no,
was that not what we were talking about?
No,
this is
all right. All right, let's pay the bills, huh?
If you want to get into a regular workout routine, JPJ, tell them what they can do.
Yeah. You heard Spencer talking about this individual earlier. He's going to be on Love Pro Wrestling 4. Let's talk about wrestling tomorrow night. We're talking about Rich King, and we're talking about RK Athletics 1. Give them a follow right there at RK Athletics 1. Personal training. You want to go on a diet. You just want to look a little bit better. Rich King, professional wrestler. I don't know if you've seen this guy. Dude is yoked. Not an ounce of fat on this man. And great dude, great group of people there at RK Athletics. Give him a follow. Reach out to Rich. He sent me some workouts that I'm going to start doing if my fat ass ever decides to not be lazy. But he can even send you virtual workouts, all stuff like that. He's a good dude. He's a great professional wrestler. Yeah, give him a follow at RK Athletics 1. You heard the Manscaped read earlier. Go to manscaped.com, 20% off, promo code Love Wrestling, worldwide shipping. Worldwide. Yes, they will save your balls. I see Bobby just popped in the chat. We're getting out of here, Bobby, but thank you for hopping in. Always good to see you, my friend. Wordsmith, it's been a hot minute. Tell the people where they can find you, if you got anything coming up, or you're just kind of hanging, but let the people know where they can find you if they can find you.
You can find all of my intellectual saviorness and wisdom at Poetry of a Promo on Twitter. And that's about it. What am I up to? Who knows? Step into the Insano Dome or the Insano Dome? That's not my gimmick. Get your shit together. Step into Castle Wordsmith with me and see what is happening at Poetry of a Promo on Twitter.
Love it. Love it.
My
Pluggo.
God.
It is.
Pluggo. Plug your stuff and let's
You
end
can
this.
find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs. No, I'm just joking. Nelly, shout
Nelly,
out.
bro. I was
Nelly,
like, that's
old
Nelly?
school.
I'm like, is he pulling
You
a
can
Nelly?
find me at Pluggo.
Band-Aid Nelly or
Yeah,
no?
Band-Aid Nelly. That's
Yeah,
Band-Aid
not
Nelly.
Nelly
That's-
Furtado. That was
no,
not
that's
Nelly Furtado. That was Band-Aid Nelly.
That's old. But no, you can find me at Pluggo _ on Twitter, Pluggo on Facebook, Instagram. Check out on my socials. I just hung out with a friend of the show, Misfit Gamer, last night. We talked about Double or Nothing predictions. We made those, so check that out. The link is all over my socials. You can find us at B2 Beards on Facebook, on Twitter, on the TikTok, all over the world, taking over, doing big things. That's where you can find us. And me.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
And everything. And everything.
And you can find me right here at Joseph_Poulin Jr. On the Twitter machine. You can find me on Facebook at JPJ Loves Wrestling. You can find me on Twitch at JPJ Loves Wrestling. You can find Between Two Beards on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok at B2 Beards, Between Two Beards on Facebook. Are you B2 Beards on TikTok as well? B2 Beards, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything
So give us
is
a
that.
follow, give us a subscribe. I'm gonna get Pluggo on the JPJ Loves Wrestling streams. I want to play some MLB The Show with him and just get him on to shoot the shit. Wordsmith, obviously, Alex. Everyone's welcome to hop on stream. Alex was in the chat the other day, giving me some support, so I appreciated that. I appreciate everybody giving me some support over there as I'm just trying to play some games and chill out and
Yes, sir.
grinding and smoking and grinding,
Grinding and
grinding and
smoking.
smoking, baby.
And it
On that
sounds
note-
like we're going to end the show with the LPW teaser.
We are. We want to thank Spencer for hopping on earlier, giving us a little rundown of the wonderful card that is tomorrow for LPW, Love Pro Wrestling 4. Let's talk about wrestling. Chelsea Green, triple threat ladder match, a 7-man scramble.
Our boy,
Taryn from accounting, Pretty Boy Travis Williams is going to be there. Taryn from accounting. A huge, huge event. A lot of great talent. And like Spencer said, more importantly, a lot of great people. So enjoy this video promoting the show. And you know where to find us next week. Same time, same channel, 8 p.m. on Thursday for another episode of Between Two Beards.
And Mom, the meatloaf, we want it now.
Yeah, but until the meatloaf, peace out.